Buddy is streaming Age of Empires right now. It is, which is live.
We are live everywhere, all around the world. Yes. Yes, show us that face. Yes. Under the mic. But yeah, you can go live. Forest Dan and Random Otaku. Yeah, Random Otaku is. Yeah, Random Otaku says I haven't watched this anime as usual. Yeah, started. We care for our fans, yes. Yeah, this is. Yes, Brew cares about his. Am I right, Tori?
Yes, he cares.
He totally does.
That
But
is right.
hey, I said
No,
you
he-
care. No, he
We are
loves. He said he
genuine with our
cares.
words.
Yeah. Hey, I never said I care about the fans. You said you care about the fans. He does, yeah. Yes, Random Otaku, you did miss the old stream where we talked about One Piece. Yeah,
We
but
can talk about
yeah,
it.
you can go watch that one. We discussed the whole Wano arc, like from the beginning to now, I guess.
Do give some explanation for what Adda means, bro.
Oh yes, we will be doing that. We will be doing that. Don't worry. It's a new series podcast. It's a new but kind of old podcast format for us that we are doing and renaming, and yeah, things are happening. But yes,
Experimentation, if you will.
And Audie is very excited today.
Yes, I'm actually I was sleepy. I slept off in the evening and just woke up. So I'm fresh, generally.
When you slept off in the evening.
It's tired AF.
I think all of us fucking slept in the evening. Yeah,
Pretty much.
Me and Brew had like terrible fucking headaches. He couldn't even
I
sit.
slept beautifully.
And Audie slept because that's what he does in the evenings.
Hey, rarely. That's what Drew does in the evenings.
Yes, finally. Brew has been double penetrated.
One way of putting it, yes.
Bro, a chat hasn't loaded like in the layout. Just letting you know. But yeah.
Random otaku with the Hunter x Hunter shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to read that for Brew's safety.
Yes, Hunter X.
Hunter
X
multiplied
Hunter.
by Hunter. It's Hunter multiplied by Hunter.
Hunter squared.
What? Yes,
Sid,
sorry.
bro, how was your day?
It was pretty fucking painful actually. I had a terrible headache. Yeah, my stomach was aching like shit because in India food poisoning is very fucking common. Almost every other day. If you order food from outside, there's like you're taking a gamble. There's like a 50-50 chance that you may get food poisoning or you'll be fine, right?
I think after a point you just kind of develop an iron stomach because you kind of have to deal with the shit food that we get certain times.
Basically, and especially the kind of places we eat at, the corners of the streets, like really dirty, flies everywhere. The boys like scratching his balls and then giving us food. Like it's quite common, yeah. So there is a chance.
Add a little bit of salt, if you will.
Yes, add a little bit of flavor.
Like I felt disgusting.
Hey, you've eaten shit like that, okay? And that
Just
makes
because we
the
have
chance of food poisoning from 50 to 75, I guess. There's a 75% chance there.
See,
yeah, it does.
In their defense, though, your stomach is kind of weak in that sense because one bowl of aloo bhujia can send you, flying. pretty much.
Yeah, one bowl of Aju Bhujia destroys me. Yeah, but that's not food poisoning.
That is technically food poisoning. If it's something that really affects you and you still eat it, that is food poisoning.
That's called overeating something. That's different from getting poisoned by it. Yeah. Food poisoning is the ball.
Yes, the salt.
It has the essence of the balls, basically. And it is quite common here.
Yes.
Do you remember there was this about the guy who pissed in the pani puri?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there was a big story. Where was it? Somewhere in Mumbai, right? In Bandra.
Yeah, somewhere down, somewhere in like southern Bombay, there was a guy who was like a famous pani puri guy, if you will, and he had like a barrel right behind the table where no one could really see it, but he just like peed into the barrel to sort of fill it.
Yeah, he used.
A matki basically.
The water for the pani puri, I used to piss into it.
It is the
and
spicy
a lot of people
sauce.
Used to eat that. Thankfully, I didn't live there.
Yeah, thankfully.
I never knew about the guy. But we have some comments. What does Weeb 101 in the Adda mean? Brew is going to explain it soon. Brew without headphones, square head. Look at this brew for his dance.
He has a unique head. Okay, never mind. Audio is back.
Yeah, he just wasn't speaking.
Class.
Yeah, they're wondering why you're so silent. Because he's doing production stuff in the background.
Yes.
Secret, fancy, not so fancy. They're saying your audio is dead. All of them are saying in the streams. Yes.
Oh yeah, your audio is dead.
Well, more stuff to fix production-wise, I guess. Hey, did you disconnect your mic when you were moving it around? Okay.
It's back. Okay.
Is it back? They say it's back. But I can't.
It just keeps coming and going. I don't know why.
Well, that's a new problem.
Random otaku with the callouts. Brew has depression. What happens next will shock you.
Okay, wait. I can't even say anything because my audio. Okay, my audio should be fine now. I don't know what happened, but it should be fine. Please let me know if it is. Also, yes, I'm always depressed, so you know. Brew has depression.
Yeah.
Not something very new.
Yeah, not something very new.
Actually, today I wanted to try making some of the noodles that I acquired from your place.
Acquired.
Yes.
Indomie.
He
Oh,
acquired
look at the
the
fancy
noodles.
way. These noodles are acquired from your place.
It's freaking Indomie, dude. It's the cheapest shit you can get in the world. It's not really worthy of acquired.
I wish it was easier to buy.
You can say the noodle you dhapped from my place.
Yeah, that works.
Not dhapped, borrowed.
Nope, it was dhapped.
Borrowed, so you're gonna fucking give it back to me.
I'll return the favor someday in the future, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Are you gonna send me like the poop after the
Maybe not that, not that exactly, but sure.
But yes.
Sid, I think we need to be careful around Audie.
Yes, we need to be careful for what he gives us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adi, from where have you obtained those so-called noodles is what Stan asks.
From
my
Sid's
house.
place.
He stole it from my house.
We all met up over the weekend and kind of just hung around and just talked about random shit.
Hey,
And
you just slept, okay?
Yeah, you just
We were
slept.
hanging around and talking. You came to sleep.
I didn't sleep. I just lie down with my eyes closed. I was active throughout. I still
You
talked
weren't
and
active
shit. I
for
just
shit,
wanted
I
to
must
rest.
say.
You were not active. We were like,
I wanted
Audi,
to
what are you
rest.
doing? You were like, hey bro, move, I want to sleep. Literally moved him.
Yeah, and we had to jump on Audie, we had to kick him, we had to poke him in the butt, all kinds of things, you know.
Yes.
All kinds of things.
Tons of methods were used. Yes.
It was not the best experience I've had in life, I will say that.
Yes.
But it is quite a regular experience when it comes to Audie, I will also say that. Works, don't it?
Is it fun?
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe.
fun for you, you know. I
just
think
came to
nobody else is
sleep.
having fun.
Yeah, we all were just chilling and Audi's like just there lying.
Yeah,
I
and
was also chilling.
We're all
Nothing.
talking
Chill.
about something. We're like, okay, here's what we
Random
can do for
stuff,
Weeb 101. And Audie's like, yeah, okay. He's not even in the room. He's not listening to any of it. And then he comes in and he's like, what did you guys talk about?
I was in the room. I was lying down right next to you. I was talking to you. What?
I'm sorry.
you
Don't say stuff like I was lying down right next to you on stream. It just sounds weird.
Forrest dances same level of engagement as in the podcast. Yes, that is true. Audi barely speaks even
That is
when we
true.
meet IRL.
No, it's not even that he doesn't speak. It's that he's in a different room. Like all of us were in the kitchen making a lot of stuff to eat. And
Yes.
Audi was in the living room just lying down and reading manga.
Yeah,
So he
like a
didn't-
true weeb. Like
He
we're
didn't give a
preparing
shit.
like food and drinks and shit, and Audi is just like sitting and reading
Too
manga.
many
I
people
guess.
in the kitchen. I didn't want to take up all that
Oh,
space.
sure. Yes.
Oh, I see.
How very noble of you. My God, man.
Audi.
Yes, but Audi does this quite a lot.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So
He does
basically,
this quite a lot.
we should be live everywhere now without any issues. I'll just make one last thing. I'll just take care of chat not popping up, which should be a
Yes.
quick little fix.
Yes, random otaku. I was making food, and also Brew made a lot of food.
I am the Weeb 101 chef.
Designated
apparently.
chef.
Yes, Brew is the Weeb 101 chef.
Yeah, and
Well, I didn't do much. All I did was like toasted like bread, I guess, and made the tots, and
Yeah.
that's it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe for the average person, that bread we basically
Hey, the
just had.
ciabatta was well toasted. The ciabatta was well toasted.
No, it's not only that. It's like
The brioche, but what?
I'm not even sure if that was a brioche. Firstly, and secondly,
That
yeah,
wasn't
that was
brioche.
burnt.
the desi
That was
brioche,
basically burnt.
basically. Yeah, that
Oh,
wasn't
that.
burnt. There was like a nice char to it. It was
That
nice,
wasn't
like
a nice
smoky
char. It was
flavor.
burnt.
Hey, you ate all of it, okay?
I did. I'm not saying I hated it. I'm just saying it. Just call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. Also, I also liked it because of the olive oil, the chili oil, and the cheese. But sure, just pat yourself on the back for burning the toast. Anyway, before we go on, a quick little introduction. So
Yes.
I've got to give you the cold hard truth. Oh wait, this is a random bottle of. Nope, you saw nothing, guys. You saw nothing. There's nothing revealed. Yeah. So
It's a
basically,
bottle of lube right there, boys.
see, you don't have to tell them. Yeah, it's actually screen cleaner that I was. Like, I don't know if this is a
Yeah,
brand
yeah.
that people know, so I don't want to show it and get like
Yeah,
sued
don't
for
know.
some reason.
Okay.
But yeah, basically, we were talking about what we should do for this podcast episode, and we realized that none of us had actually read Silver Spoon up to a point where we could discuss it for an entire episode. And then we realized that we were not really doing a lot of anime topics justice because we were not reading the whole thing, or we were like we're trying to force a
Not
couple of
reading enough.
topics.
Yeah.
So we decided to switch up the format that we're doing the podcast in.
Yes.
So
And Audi was sleeping all this while. Continue.
yeah.
I wasn't. Again, I was lying down. I still heard everything, but sure.
No, we actually
Carry on.
spoke quite a bit before Audi
yes.
was closing his eyes and resting with us, and he didn't know all of it. But yeah, so basically we're going to talk fully about anime on Wednesdays, or whichever day that is for you, but basically in three days. Yeah. And that time
Midweek.
we're going to be talking about some anime that we are reading, or some anime
Everything.
we are watching,
Full
or some
weeb
manga
shit.
we are reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fully weeb. We're going to have the last take, this thing series that we had, where we're going to introduce minute 101 quickies and all that. So what we're going to do is this type of podcast is just going to be us talking about random shit. So basically, we 101 in the Adda, and Adda is basically a place where you go to chill, a place you hang out with your friends.
It's your hangout spot. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
We call it our Adda.
and since we were having trouble with chat as well while we're discussing anime, since a lot of us were just, and by that I mean audience, were getting distracted too much, and they were not
Yes.
able to speak properly. We decided to just have one podcast episode where we talk to everybody in chat, and we just talk about random stuff not related to anime alone. And Forrest Dan says, Brew reads anime, watches manga. Yes, that is. I always mess it up. I'm always like, yeah, let's watch manga. I'm like, hey, wait, it's not right.
Random otaku with the Bengali.
Adda
Debo
Debo
Shoboy.
Shobai. Adda, dude. Adda in Bengali just means like having like random conversations.
I see.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Like
I-
Adda Marche.
sort
They're
of.
just sitting and talking about random shit. Yeah.
But yeah, so we are just going to talk about random shit here. And for Reddit and Instagram, unfortunately, there is a bit of a delay, which I can't do anything about. So if we aren't reading your message on time, just give us like a minute or so. We should be getting to it.
We'll come across it. Yeah, don't worry.
I'm not able to handle the delay with Reddit Live is a little weird. But yeah, so we want to talk to chat as much as possible here, and we're also going to be talking about life. So this
Random
is not
shit.
this is not going to be
Random shit.
Fully Weeb podcast. We're still going to talk about
It's
anime
like
stuff.
our deep dives. It's like our deep dives, basically, just renamed.
Yeah, it's going
I suppose.
we're going to talk about Weeb stuff, which we just want to talk about. But we
More often than not, our conversations just keep taking tangents. Like IRL, we just talk about random shit and then we just
We
go
don't
off on
talk
our own
about anything
tangents.
IRL.
We don't. Hey, we bring up topics every now and then.
talk a
That's
lot
kind of how the
about
idea
nothing.
came to being, right? Like you
We
just
talk a
said
lot.
it.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I said we talk a lot about nothing.
Yeah, so basically
pretty
this is just going to be us screwing around, and we want to screw around with you guys as well, whoever's watching. So that'll be we just want to have fun, basically.
Don't take that out of context.
Yeah, I mean we're just talking about.
Or take it out of context.
Okay, Cageless OG on Reddit says, "Hello, I have a problem with my iPhone." You know what? I understand the tech support
Brew
joke.
will help you.
Beautiful, wow, original. But yeah, I do not fix iPhones. I can fix your Android device though, or
He
your
can
laptop.
actually. He's very smart. He fixes all our stuff. Whoever has issues, email Brew.
Yes, I'm really playing into the tech support Indian stereotype here, but that's fine.
Yes.
I don't fix iPhones, dude. At least like get me a good device. Okay, I'm kidding. iPhones are good. Not for me, but they're good. Anyway. Yeah. So that's, and we're also going to tell whoever's on our Discord what manga we're going to be reading next, or what anime we're going to be watching next, so that you guys can also try it out if you want, and we can talk about it with chat. So
if you want, you can join our Discord.
yes.
Send that link. But anyways.
Yeah, we didn't the bot do it, but then it kept banning people, so we took it off.
Yeah, we removed the
it
bot.
just constantly banned.
Moderator will
Forest
take
ban.
care of it.
Yeah, the
moderator
mod will
will
take care of it,
do what
yes.
moderator's supposed to do. Yeah, we don't worry about that.
That's true. But yeah. So
But yeah, basically that's it, and that's what we're gonna do.
Random Otaku, tell me the length of a stream if you only talk about the things Sakura did. That's right, 0 second, because Sakura is useless.
No, you see, the thing is, we can talk about Sakura for quite a while because she is useless, and we wish she did anything else in the whole of Naruto.
Yeah, but we have a whole episode dedicated to that. Check out Mistakes, our whole deep dive.
Yes, we did.
Which we actually did talk about that.
We did talk about Sakura being useless. But honestly, it is more of how Kishimoto just screwed up the character and made her this Sasuke screaming woman instead of actually doing cool shit. Like, Tsunade is still a better character than Sakura, and Sakura is just like butchered. And also we have the image up on our YouTube and Twitch stream, because that is exactly what we are like. When it's raining, we're standing under some shade and we're sitting there with our arms crossed and we're just talking about random shit.
Yes, pretty much.
Drinking some drinks and doing other things.
Okay, see, I don't understand why this episode has like a ton of sexual undertones here, but sure.
Yes, pretty much.
Hey, they don't need to know.
Okay, I'm
really
gonna move to the laptop. Yes, Random Otaku, you can move to the laptop. You can move anywhere you want. Sit on your phone. It's fine. We're just talking about random shit.
I finally got this Sprika, the matcha latte.
Oh my god! Right, yes. So Sid got matcha in India, which you actually do get surprisingly.
You do get, what's expensive as fuck.
I actually have a packet of matcha that my brother got from Japan.
You do,
which I never touched. Okay, he was
supposed to still there.
Yeah, he was supposed to give it to his. He was supposed to give it to his family back in Chennai, but then he never did. And I just found it recently. And here's the thing: it smells exactly the same.
Oh wow! So it's still like good quality.
Yeah, it's really good quality. It hasn't gone bad at all, which is like really surprising, because you expect.
So it does.
I don't know.
Does drying it actually just to like preserve its flavor properly? I thought drying things and just leaving them like that would kind of degrade over time.
Oddity, what?
No, but still, I expected some mold or something to be on it. It's actually perfectly fine.
Still,
maybe no moisture got in. Maybe because you didn't open it for years, right?
Yeah, that's possible. But nothing. It just seems perfect. I can enjoy matcha whenever I want now.
Nice.
Yeah, basically. And this one tastes real good. I think you like it, but with a shit ton of sugar, because this has no sugar, and I like it that way.
Matcha is very bitter for me. Yes.
They're all teas, right? For you.
Telling you, Japanese things which are green seem to have like some weird effect on me, because like matcha, I can't have it on its own. Maybe I can if it's like the really, really good quality matcha.
Yeah.
Wasabi, I just can't have.
But
So
dude, you haven't had
had matcha
wasabi. That's like fucking horseradish that they
Yeah,
put
but
in
they
there.
still
They
call
sell
it
as
wasabi, and I still can't. It was green.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't eat it.
Hey, you've had matcha before. I've gotten the matcha drink from the store nearby in my place now. One time, Sid asked
that's
for
the same
about.
as Japan.
It was it maybe not the same thing, but it was a similar taste, if you would.
No, I'm talking about like in the bamboo forest where they have like a proper little cup of concentrated
like
matcha
a
with a
proper
biscuit
tea
next to
ceremony
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Where they whisk that shit
The
and
real shit.
yeah.
What's the bamboo forest one? That one was really that one was really, really cool to even watch that video. I forgot who made the video. Also, Forest Dance's Bleach had pretty good character development. Bleach is surprisingly good for a lot of different aspects. And yeah, basically Bleach characters ended up better than Naruto characters, because Naruto characters ended up like
Yeah, but
shadows
it
of
ended
themselves.
the same way.
Yeah, of
Like
course. I'm not defending Bleach's ending, but again, for both of them, I feel like I have to say this each time because the authors get so much hate.
Yeah,
but they both
that's
were
true.
pressured a lot, so I can understand
lot.
how the
Yeah.
story went askew. Like
Especially we heard about Tite Kubo, but Kishimoto we don't.
Kishimoto, we didn't
heard.
hear about it for a long time. But basically, they had a lot of problems with the editors, with the publishing's house, which everyone knows what it is. But basically, yeah, there was a lot of problems that they couldn't handle, which is what led to the degradation of the story itself.
Yes,
Like
that is true.
deadlines, ideas, or what? Like just
Deadlines and being forced to
Pressure.
extend it as long as possible. So Jump is not going to just let someone end a manga when they want to end it if there's like huge fan following. And
So do you think they've like kind of learned their lesson when it comes to
nope.
their golden child right now, One Piece? They're still rushing it?
That's different. Oda wanted to end One
They can't
Piece at
fuck
5
with
years.
One Piece. Yeah.
One Piece is supposed to go on for 5 years. So after his editor talked to him, he decided to make it go on for longer. But again, that was like a decision which he himself wanted to do. And Oda has very specifically said, "I'm going to end it when I want to end it." So
That
I
makes sense.
don't think they can touch Oda because he's like the best-selling manga right now.
Yeah, he's getting them all the money.
Yeah, so I don't think he can. But Random Otaku says, I don't think we'll just go for 5 years. No, I'm saying it was originally supposed to go for 5 years, and Mihawk was supposed to be the final boss, so to speak, in One Piece. But that did not happen. And also, it will go at least 8 years. So we are 80% into One Piece's story. So I'm not sure how much more we'll be seeing it. Maybe like a few years more. 5 years, I'd say, is pretty reasonable. Because it's like 20... Or maybe 10 years. Yeah, maybe 10 years. Hopefully.
80%, that means, and we're already down 1,020 chapters. So maybe another, 200, 300 chapters at best? I don't even think 200, 300. I feel like we need a lot more time to actually show the big war that is to come.
No fucking clue. But yeah, let's see.
I spam bruh on Reddit says, mate, you're missing an H. I do not know what that means.
Your name, bruh, bro. That's
Bru's
the
mind just got blown.
that's the British version of saying
it was going to
bro.
be that bad. Okay, yes. I clearly it went straight over my head. Yes, I've not heard that joke before. Reddit
That's a new one.
really like impressing me with their sense of humor right now. God damn. But yes, I am missing.
He is a
H.
broomer.
Yes.
Holy shit, you guys are just my god. That's just terrible. That's just freaking terrible. But yeah, anyway, Kishimoto also said he never wanted to touch Naruto again. And he was like that done with it, but then the Boruto started off so bad that he was like, no, don't screw over my legacy like this, please.
You know what I was just doing before we came on? I went to check on the kimchi you made for me, and you kept up there.
How is it?
And damn, dude, it fucking fermented at double the rate.
Yeah, it's really hot here right now, so
Dude,
kimchi should be done in
it's
like 1 day.
crazy. Like I opened it and I heard the like noise of the. Took me a while. It never happens before, right? Because it ferments slowly outside.
Yeah.
And the one, like there was one behind towards the end of like the cupboard and there was one in front, right?
Yeah.
Of the shelf, sorry, yeah. The one in front was still, it was crazy, but I still opened it. It was like, it was bubbling like crazy while I was still pressing it down and, like letting it breathe. The second one, holy shit, dude, it foamed up like, foam on like top of a beer, like that
My
much.
God.
It was fucking crazy.
So-
there was that much foam, like bubbles, basically.
So when I used to sell the kimchi, there was a time where I had kept it to ferment overnight, and then I went the next day to check it because I was doing it in a different place, and I kept it on a flight of stairs. Okay, there's a flight of stairs, and the kimchi was kept on different stairs, and the one on the top fermented so quickly that it overflowed. It basically broke open the top and came flowing down the stairs.
I thought it shattered the glass, this thing.
No.
It broke the glass in like a crack and it started leaking.
No, not that. It was literally just pushing the lid and leaking out. And the other one, the one where I got the giant glass bottle to keep the kimchi in.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it. It rotted the top of the of the cap because it was metal.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? How acidic did this shit become in like a day?
Dude, it was crazy. It smelled like fucking, in terms of kimchi, it smelled like 5-year-old kimchi,
My
in
God.
a day because it's so freaking hot and humid here. Like in Korea, it makes sense because it's colder over there and they like keep it for ages. But damn, it's freaking.
The normal hottest
Intense.
temperature over there is like what, 19 or 20?
It depends on the location, but yeah, usually it's not that.
Yeah, but they
much.
also make the kimchi and they basically bury it or they keep it inside.
Yeah, they bury it
somewhere.
Well, they used to do that.
Yeah.
Nowadays
Ancient
they have the kimchi refrigerators,
yeah.
which we did consider buying, right, when you were selling it.
I'm still mind blown that they have their own separate refrigerators just for kimchi.
They don't have separate refrigerators. It's a refrigerator with a separate section for kimchi.
setting.
No, kimchi refrigerators are also separate refrigerators just for kimchi.
But do they have that in like a common
the normal
household?
refrigerators in Korea have kimchi this thing, but they have like separate refrigerators that look like the ice cream refrigerators that are just for keeping kimchi.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it has to be kept, as far as I can remember, it has to be -5 degrees, I think. Or no, wait, 5 degrees. If it was lesser than 5 degrees, it would spoil the kimchi very quickly. Yeah, it'll die. So the ice cream refrigerators would need like to be above their usual
Wouldn't
temperature.
it be preserved in colder
No,
temperatures?
I said it's like one. Like it's shaped like one. I'm saying shape-wise.
No, but Adi, if you freeze something, then everything stops in it. So even the fermentation stops. So it's the same as going too hot and too cold. If
Yeah,
you
it's
go
not a
either
freezer.
Way,
Yeah.
If you go either
No,
way,
I can imagine
just
it
dies.
dying, but then like it still wouldn't have any this thing like temperature or space to kind of develop or grow the rotness. So
Dude,
wouldn't it just be dead over there like a?
Yeah, it'll be
it
dead.
would
That's the
freeze.
problem.
Yeah.
It would
like
just be frozen vegetables at that point.
Frozen.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, normal refrigerators go to like 2 degrees, I think, at least in the refrigerators I've
In the
gotten
refrigerators,
throughout, they go from 5 to 2 degrees.
Mine goes to 2.
So yeah,
And the freezers
basically-
go to like, I think, -10 or something.
-16.
Oh,
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, my freezer does not go
all
that low.
modern-
not a refrigerator, a proper freezer.
The freezer.
Yeah, freezer. Oh, proper freezer. Yeah, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
my
Yeah, I was
sister-
like, what the fuck?
The refrigerator doesn't go that.
My sister had one of those freezers for her home business.
Oh, yeah, the ice cream
And,
freezers, yeah.
It was like it was like extreme. I had to put my curry in there to like cool it down quickly because otherwise I had to stay for hours just keeping the curry roux cooling down, which is really annoying.
It is a very handy tool though, as far as food production goes.
Yeah, we ended up
At
selling
least
it
like a
because
small production
huge.
business.
Nobody wants to keep it anywhere. It's huge.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
It's a whole freaking
Yeah,
freezer.
You could sleep in that with how hot it gets
Oh,
over
listen,
here,
that's
you
what
know?
I told my dad. I was like, when summer comes, I just want to crawl up in that and sleep. I don't even give a shit. I can't deal with the heat here.
Hypothermia is overrated. It's fine.
Hey, he won't
Audi,
die. He would
your
fit in there
skin and
comfortably.
flesh melting off in the heat is terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, but it goes down to like -5 over there, as you said. So
-5 is
better
fun.
than. Again, it's
Yeah,
the same
dude,
logic of
I'd rather-
you can add more layers if you're cold. You can't remove more
Exactly.
layers if you're hot.
Exactly. I would happily live with -5 compared to like even 20. I'm telling
yeah,
you.
maybe.
I mean, Audi is the guy. Yeah, again, Audi says maybe when we say a fact, you
I
know,
wouldn't
like
mind
you
living
said,
in hotter
I would
temperatures, that's
rather
it.
do this, and he's like, yeah, maybe you would. Like, no, I'm telling you, I won't.
There is no maybe.
God damn it, Audi. Also, Random Otaku says I like Korean and Chinese instant ramen more than Japanese. Yeah, dude, you know what? Like, I'm not even kidding. I mainly eat Korean ramyun because that's what we get here.
We all do, yeah.
But that one Nissin flavor that Sid got from Singapore blew my mind. It was insane. It's a basic vegetable flavor, and it was absolutely insane. It had so many different vegetables which I could actually taste, and it didn't seem to have a ton of MSG. It was just, oh my god, it was mind blowing. But Shin Ramyun is the shit. I will agree with that.
Shin Ramyun is king, yeah.
Is the shit.
But in Korea, for some reason, like Nongshim and Samyang, like they're freaking. And even Paldo just came. Like these Korean companies are selling their noodles like crazy. Like Indians are fucking loving Korean noodles.
What happened
Similar
to
spice
Find
levels.
it everywhere.
There was one called Jin Ramyun. I don't remember what happened to it. It's by Ottogi.
Jin, yeah, Ottogi, Ottogi also. They also used to sell
they
their
were
shit.
coming like the starting time when Shin Ramen was also coming out in stores. These guys also started selling.
No, these guys
You
were there
still-
much before Shin. I had Jin before
Yeah,
Shin.
they were
okay.
much
But
But
there.
Ottogi
No,
stopped selling Jin Ramyun in India. I don't know why.
Dude, it does. It's always sold out. As far as whenever I check, it's sold out.
I can't even
Shin
find
Ramen
it.
is
In the
still-
stores
I
that
can
used to
still
have
find
it, I
Shin
can't
Ramen.
find it at all.
Yeah, I think the only place I did properly find like Jin Ramyun stocked is Bandra. Aside from there, no.
But
else.
it's been like years since they kept it there, probably.
That is
Also,
true.
Random Otaku says, I would like to go to Antarctica for a holiday to escape global warming and corona. You do realize that Antarctica is also affected by global warming. It's called global warming because it affects the entire Earth. It actually gets. There are actually some pretty terrible things happening there as well.
I wonder if Antarctica was affected by corona. Should have at least one case, right? Someone should have gone there like hachu, and then all the 13 people over there got infected.
Yes, that's what happens.
Yeah,
That's
the
how
13 penguins over there got infected already.
by someone going there and saying hachu. Let's see, we have a picture of the ramen packet that we had here. My god.
It was this similar packaging, but the color was like browner. It was a different flavor.
Oh
than
my
this.
God,
But
that-
yeah, it was this series
Oh,
of
this is
Nissin
mayo, black
ramyun.
garlic oil, I see.
Yeah, this tonkatsu.
Oh
yeah.
my god, like the freaking vegetable flavor was
This
insane.
one. This is what made Brew want to start like making ramen.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I'm not kidding. I was like, is this actually, like, you're telling me this is instant noodles? Like, people buy this
Yeah.
for cheap and eat it? Because we have Maggie over here, which
The disappointment.
no offense to people who like Maggie, but Maggie is kind of just annoying at this point. I eat Maggie like I have nothing else to eat. I don't feel like doing work to actually make something and eat. I'm just going to eat freaking Maggie.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It's fine if you want to eat Maggie. That's cool. But eating the regular Maggie after eating like
I do not
something
recommend
that
eating
additional
Maggie.
flavors.
How
Yeah,
people
neither do I.
They
But then,
make
like,
it into fucking
many people
slush, dude.
Many people want to just eat Maggie because it's like comfort food for them. So it's fine if you eat Maggie.
I
but
understand.
then the base Maggie flavor is just. I think all three of us can agree is trash. It's very, very bad for us right now.
Also, we have eaten Maggie in our life more than any other noodles.
Yeah,
if you
pretty
think
much.
about
Hey,
it.
that is not true. Nissin had a cup noodles back in the day,
Yeah.
and I used to that used to be my shit. Okay, I always used to eat that regularly.
More than Maggie since
More
you
than
were
Maggie.
a kid.
Yes,
in
I
college
always
you
used to
eat
buy
Maggie
cup
once
noodles.
every day. Once
Wow,
every day in
okay.
college you'd eat Maggie.
I
dude.
used to have a lot
don't
of
call
those
me
cup
out like
noodles.
that, Audi.
Yeah, I used to have it every night also, I remember.
Hey,
is
don't
true.
call me
We
out
used to
like
eat
that,
Maggie a
Sid.
lot. And used to buy the gigantic packs, okay?
Speaking
so
of
you
gigantic packs, do you guys remember the 1 kg block of cheese?
I have a very
Audi, we don't talk about
specific
that.
way
We
of
don't
cooking
talk
Maggie,
about
though.
that, Audi. We don't talk about
Yes.
that.
Yes.
See,
Okay.
I like Maggie when it's not soupy and like not in broth. Like
Yeah,
when
but
it's
here's
like,
here's my
It's
problem
dry,
with
and-
Maggie.
and
It
also
does not
after
have
they
good
removed the
noodles.
lead, no, after they removed the lead, like the flavor also became weaker. I wanted to put like two
Yes, I wanted to
packets
add
instead
some
of one.
poisoning in there to kind of amp it up a bit. Yes.
Hey, would you rather have better noodles or better?
I wouldn't say they were
I don't
better
know.
even after the
Bro,
even
before
after
you
removing
continue
it.
your point, Tommy123 says Maggie with ketchup is the best, and
I
Ranumotaku
have
says
actually
I
eaten
also
that.
like. Ranumotaku says I also like dry Maggie, but yes, bro.
More than soupy Maggie, he said. Here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing. The Maggie flavoring itself is fine. It's a very Indian taste, but that's fine.
Yeah,
That's what most
it's fine.
people
Aw.
like. But what do you mean
I
no?
like the
Maggi is
flavoring.
Indian as shit.
Dude, those vegetable cubes were real nice.
I hated
Okay,
those.
with those maybe, but then
It was just MSG.
No,
just
they weren't
the
just
tastemaker
MSG. It was
alone.
disgusting MSG.
I
just
used
the
to put it
tastemaker
on my
alone, I don't
Maggi.
like it.
Yeah.
Absolutely
That-
freaking disgusting MSG.
There
It's
were
nice,
these
it's
packets
nice.
that they started selling. They were like masala packets, if you will. Their own spice
Howdy,
mix
that
sort
was
of.
the MSG.
No, not the
I
veg
know what
flavor
you're
shit.
talking about. That was the
No,
MSG.
it's not that. They had separate flavor packets. No MSG in it. It was just spice apparently, and it's supposed to be like one of those curry packet things where you can just
That
add
was
it to
also
water.
MSG.
That was also MSG.
I don't
Maggi
think it
uses
was
a lot
MSG.
of MSG, trust
You
me.
can go to any Maggi product you can see in the market, and I guarantee you it has MSG.
Guarantee, yeah.
I didn't think that had
It
MSG.
makes up a good percentage of their flavor already.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
I guess the Maggi
I
in
didn't feel.
BD
I
was
read
different
this thing
because it was
ingredients
really
that they
good.
didn't. It
I
didn't have
didn't care
MSG
about
then.
now. What is Maggi in BD? What is BD?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. That makes sense.
Holy shit, yes, okay. No, I think Maggi is the same, but here's my problem with Maggi. Okay, if you're eating instant ramen, the most important thing is the freaking noodles. Like, it's not about the
100%.
broth. Like, Maggi has a
Yeah.
fine flavor, but if you undercook Maggi, it tastes like shit. If you overcook Maggi, it's just mush. So it's just so limiting in terms of how you can make it. Like, I have
They aren't
never
the best
overcooked
noodles,
Shin
yeah.
ramyun in my life because the noodles are still springy and beautiful. They're bouncy. But Maggi
I had
noodles
to-
are just like, ugh.
Yeah, they get really disgusting. I always undercooked Maggi, so I got something close to like a noodle texture, so it didn't
Yeah.
disintegrate.
Have you
I
guys
think
tried
nowadays-
Foodles, which I prefer more than Maggi? Foodles is
Never.
actually by Nissin, and it
Oh,
was
I've never
supposed
heard
to.
of Foodles.
I'm pretty sure it's by Nissin. So I think
Okay.
that's the one, and it was. See, I like Top Ramen a lot more than Maggi, if I'm being honest.
Top ramen, yes.
especially
Top
the-
ramen curry.
Yeah, the curry one. Yeah, I was gonna say that the curry one is really.
You introduced me to it. You introduced me to
I
that
did?
one. Yeah, and after that I started buying a lot of that
Oh,
shit.
I had no idea. Yeah, so basically that was really good, but then sadly it's not as popular as Maggi, so it's a little harder for me to get in my remote little area over here, and it's more expensive, which is when you're as poor as me, the 20 rupees difference is a lot. How much is 20 rupees in USD? Probably like 5
2
cents.
cents.
Yeah.
Very less. Random Otaku on the Discord sent us a picture of his favorite ramyun, which is a picture of Shin, basically.
That's nice.
What's the point of telling us like your instant ramen, this thing is the best, and then you're like, yeah, it's Shin.
Of course, it's Shin.
Yeah.
Shin is fucking amazing. For a while I had gotten addicted to having curry Shin, like putting the curry mix with like potatoes and this.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I saw a video of I think Mikey Chen only, like in Korea. He went to this restaurant that just makes different versions of Shin. Using Shin ramen, they make different flavors of
Yeah.
it.
they just
So
buy
you
that
mean
shit in
any
bulk and just-
ramen restaurant in Korea?
Yeah, basically. But they had a curry Shin over there, and I was like, damn, I have all the ingredients, all the resources. Let's try it. And it was freaking crazy. I got addicted to it for a while. It's the only way I used to have Shin.
Yeah, I mean, well, Shin is again a random thing says, what do you mean? I mean, like Shin is the best. It basically has ruled over instant noodles for the longest time, for us at least, if not
Yes.
anyone
This was
else.
around the time we discovered the 2x spicy noodles as well, right?
The Samyang, yeah.
Samyang. Which we eat very addictively, mind.
We talk about the spicy Shin, dude. I had it today. Holy shit.
Oh,
Bro
yeah.
gave
Oh
me
yeah,
one.
the super spicy shit.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will try to get an image of that. You recount the story, Sid.
Yeah, so Brew had the super spicy Shin, okay? Random Otaku, if you haven't, try getting it. It's like a spicier version of the Shin.
Much
And since we've
spicier
had like
version.
much spicier, and since we had the 2x and like stuff, I'm like, okay, it can't be that spicy. We've had the 2x, like the Samyang 2x, right? And then I tried it this morning. Okay, it's a bad thing having it in the morning after I wake up.
Yes, that is true.
Maybe that's why I've been sick all day. But
Maybe.
dude, it is spicy as fuck, Audi, and I'm saying that.
And here's the
see.
thing.
Interesting.
So I put up an image
I
on
had
the
one.
stream, but
Yeah,
it
this one.
actually has chopsticks that come along with it.
Huh?
Oh, you actually got the
Yeah, I got wooden chopsticks.
Wow,
Huh.
that's cool.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait,
but
is it like
dude-
the Indian kind of spice that sort of lingers on for the next 15,
I'm
20
telling you,
minutes?
what is
what is an Indian
what is
spice?
Indian spice? I'm confused.
Indian spice. People say Indian spice because it lingers on at the
No,
I don't
nobody
give a
says
fuck.
that.
You
You
say
say
burning
that.
them.
It's like
Audi, that's
They're
weird.
sort of like
You're
a
being
green
like
chili.
a Reddit commenters.
you're
see.
being like one of those guys who's like, oh, India, you must like curry.
Yeah, oh, you're from
Not
India. Do you
really.
speak
What?
Indian or do you speak Indian?
Yeah, do you speak Indian, Adi?
Okay, fine.
Wow, Adi got offended there.
Audi is offended. He's like, fuck these guys.
I just said because that's what most people say anyways. I don't know what exactly say.
I've never heard
Fine,
that in
it's
my
a
life.
lingering
I've never heard
spice,
Indian
if you
spice.
will. It's
No.
a lingering spice. Is it a lingering spice or does it just go away after like
Any
2 minutes?
spice from anywhere in the world can be lingering depending
The
on the
2x
chili,
spicy
you know?
doesn't linger. It just goes off in like
No,
2
the 2x
minutes. and then-
spicy numbs.
fucking
It numbs
yeah,
you
it-
completely. That's why you don't
Yeah, it numbs you.
feel it as much.
It's more like mala.
That one is more of it just burns your entire mouth and throat. This one just burns your tongue.
Yeah, this one destroys your tongue.
Also, aggravating seat 867 said bloody. Is there a follow up after that? I'm not. Are you just saying bloody like these? We look bloody, or we're like you're insulting us? I'm not sure, but yes.
He's
welcome
like,
to the
damn,
stream.
these guys are bloody awesome. I don't know. I guess.
Works. look at this. Sid is being an optimist. What a new thing.
Yes. But yeah,
I shall
the
also
spicy
try
one
to get this
destroys
thing.
your tongue.
Yeah, it really does.
Dude, I had two spoonfuls, like forkfuls, I don't know, and I had to go get cold water before the third one. Audi, it was that fucking spicy.
Nice. I
Yeah,
like that.
and usually we just fully finish it and enjoy the spice and get high on the spice.
Hold on, Sid. People need to know the truth. You get high off the spice.
I do, yeah. I really like spice because I get high off of it. What's wrong with that? It's healthy. Not
Yes.
healthy in the bathroom
Not
after
really,
that.
but yes.
Okay, I actually
It
got
opens up your sinuses.
an image from Reddit, which was they were talking about the 2x spicy one. In case nobody's seen it, I just put the image on the.
Yes, this is the
Stream.
2x
Yamatako
spicy.
says, yes, the creators turned Indian and said these guys are bloody amazing.
Yes.
I guess.
I've never used the word. I've never used the word bloody ever before. I think.
Have
It
you
doesn't come down. I don't know. You never really had to say it, I guess.
No, I've never ever used it for anything.
It's a very common
Now
thing
that
to
I
say
think
it in like
about it,
South
now that I
Indian this
think
thing.
about it, yeah.
Because as like a follow up, like before we say anything insulting, we say bloody this or some shit like that. I keep hearing that
for
in
some
like
reason
brawls
bloody
outside my
always
house.
bloody is just like connected to two things. One is like a British accent or British.
Yeah, for me,
person.
bloody is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a British
Yeah,
thing.
it's a British thing, and the second thing is like Indians who don't know how to use it and they say like really weird stuff. Like I don't know, I've heard many people in my life just say bloody.
yeah.
Hypocrite.
No, they're just like bloody, and that's it. They just stop. Like,
Oh,
what?
bloody. Okay, just like that.
A bloody.
Yeah,
I've
basically.
never fucking. That word is very rare in my life. I've never come across it.
Yeah, but if you see any British movie, it's just bloody hell. I don't know. I can't do a British
Bloody
accent.
hell.
Also,
More
Random
like
Otaku
fucking
says,
hell.
I saw that a week ago. It was too expensive. 750 taka.
750 taka.
Instant ramen in the
Control
picture.
9K.
Control 9K says, whichever places were occupied by AIC and didn't have their own spices, most likely have Indian spices. Yeah, I mean, like Indian spices are all over Asia. Most of Asia already has like, the same spices. Basically, we all have very similar spices. But it's just that the way we use the spices are so different. It's not even funny. Like any Indian curry, which not one curry, but any Indian curry has like, or an Indonesian curry or anything like that. It has so many different varieties, and the Japanese curry tastes completely different, even though it's completely based in Indian spices.
Yeah. No, definitely. The Japanese curry, I don't know what they did to it, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they put crack in it or some shit.
Similar to
Crazy.
us, like China also has like various areas where they have their own special ingredients of sorts. They
Oh,
even
of course. Depending
like,
on the region. Yeah.
depending on the region, the
very
terrain,
different.
climate, and shit like that, they can be like, yeah, they have their own special chili, their own special spices.
Yeah, but the most popular is the Sichuan chili,
Yeah.
the numbing one,
I
the
am
one that
not a
gives the
fan of
numbing
that.
flavor. Yeah, Brew doesn't like
Yeah.
that one.
Also, Tommy123 says where to order this ramen. You can find it on Amazon. Actually, it's pretty
Amazon,
pretty
yeah.
common. Yeah.
For us, yeah.
Pretty common.
Also-
we find it in like stores around here.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
Yeah,
Like, Amazon
over the
is-
past couple of years, it has come down into stores.
in my area, that is like very surprising. Also, Nova
That is true.
ACC Nova account. Us, what are you guys talking about today? So we're just chilling. We're just talking about life. We're talking about instant ramen right now.
instant
And
ramen that we like. Yes.
We're just hoping more people in chat are we don't want to talk because we're just here to have some fun. Also, we're on a slight delay on Reddit, so sorry if we saw this a little late.
But
Yeah, so basically my area is supposed to be really remote, and
yes, he
it's
lives
away
in
from
an
the city.
oasis in the desert.
Yes, and
Yes.
and again, these jokes are cracked very often with the desert jokes. And the thing is, like, I'm just walking down the road one day. I'm going to one of the shops nearby to buy some groceries, and I see this like fancy pants store over there, and it said Iceland on it, and I was like, okay, I know that brand. They make like frozen snacks and stuff for in UK. So I went there, and it turns out they did have frozen snacks. And I turn around and I see like a whole shelf of imported ramen. A whole freaking shelf. They had Coca, they had the Samyang, they had
Everything,
Nongshim, they had Jin, they had everything. And I was mind blown.
Nova account on Reddit is please send spices to Canada. Salt and pepper is the most common spice here.
Yeah, well, you know what? If we ever come to Canada, we will definitely bring you a box of spices.
There are lots of Indians in Canada.
Yeah, there
Just
should
go
be
to
a lot
the
of Indian
freaking
families
Indian
over there.
area.
They'll have their
Yeah.
own set of spices. Don't worry. You'll find one grandmom over there who has like her own spice rack, if you will, and just be like, yes, this is my own handmade spices.
Handmade spices. Yes. If you said hand
Handmade
ground,
spices.
that would have worked.
Yeah.
Handmade.
I think fresh
Hand
fresh
processed. Who
spices
gives a
are
shit?
rare.
No, what is
You get
handmade?
the-
You don't make the
Yeah.
spices.
Oh my god, you
Don't
use your hands to make shit. It doesn't make a difference.
It
No matter how
does.
you
Use
say
your
it.
hand.
Everyone understands
Hey,
what.
Audi will get depressed again.
My
Let's just say,
God.
yes, Audi, you are right, and proceed.
I am Dumber. Ask,
Oh my
what am I
God.
watching / listening? We're basically just talking about life, and we're just chilling. So, yeah. If you want to know us something, or if you want to join in the conversation, you can. We're just chilling. And
You are now smarter.
yeah, are we? Varun asked, why is this episode 1? So we like kind of just changed it, and we wanted to start a new series where we just chill with people
New
and
series, yeah, just chilling.
listen to what you guys have to say, and we talk to you guys. So
Yeah.
we were like, yeah, that's it. We're just going to call it in the Adda, which Adda means a place to hang out and chill. So
Yes.
we're just chilling. Okay, what?
But they're asking, what's your favorite Joe Bronte? Mine is Kakyoin. I see. Brew,
Yes.
do you know
No.
who Kakyoin is?
No.
Kakyoin
know
is
He's
the.
the lollipop guy.
Oh my god.
Brew hasn't seen Jojo, but I've shown him that scene.
Material Positive 76 says, you guys are pretty bland. I suppose we are. I'm not really sure how to spice up a conversation that
Go
we just
get
want to
some
have
Indian
with people.
spices.
Speaking
My
of this,
God.
We
God
need some
damn it.
Indian spices.
Yeah, but I'm sorry you find us bland. You definitely don't have to watch if you don't like it. So no pressure there. But yeah,
You
we
made
just,
it really interesting with your comment.
we're
Thank
just
you.
we're just chilling.
Yes.
So we're not really trying to
Yes.
be hardcore. I guess what's the opposite
But-
of bland when it comes to
I don't
I
know.
know.
Control 9K
Interesting.
says Virtuous Pope is a banger. And yes, Random Otaku, Brew hasn't seen Jojo. If you're
Yes, I
so
haven't seen
surprised by
Jojo.
that. Yes.
I am dumber. Are you guys Indian / in India?
Yes, we are in India,
and
but
we
No,
are
I
in India.
am Algerian. I don't know.
He's not Algerian.
yeah, oh my god, just no. But yeah, we are in India and we are Indians, so we're just we're just chilling. We usually talk only about anime, but then we guys decided to talk a little bit more right now. Nova Akan says, what is the COVID situation in India right now? Do you feel it is under control? COVID is the situation is pretty bad actually.
It's gotten much better though.
It has
but it's still
gotten
to
pretty
what
bad.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But like we can meet each other, which is something we couldn't do
Yeah.
before.
As far as government regulations go, yes, it has been relaxed over the past few months, but
Yeah.
if you're talking about like cases increasing by the day or by the month,
That's
if you will, it
decreased.
is still it is decreasing. People are getting their
Yeah.
vaccinations slowly and steadily.
Yeah, we're all
and it will still be a
vaccinated.
good amount of time till COVID actually does get out of India. But
Yeah, but the other thing is like recently our government slowed down vaccinations in particular places so that they could hit like a number. I think it was 25 million or something. In a couple of days ago, that was supposed to be like a stage thing.
See, we did get vaccinated, all of us, Brute, today. He just got double penetrated today, as he said in the beginning. But we live in Mumbai, you know, so there's a difference of availability, you know, and getting vaccinated, like the percentage.
The fun part is, even though many people are getting the vaccines, the festival season is coming up soon enough, if you will, and those who are sort of uninformed are going to go to these festivals and attend them regardless of. Just right now we just got done with Ganesh Chaturthi, so soon enough there will be more festivals coming and people will be attending those. So will there be a spike in cases because of them? Perhaps, and the situation might go out of control again, but hopefully the vaccination sort of shuts it down.
I think
just don't ask us anything political because that's not something we can talk about.
20% of our country is vaccinated, they say.
Yeah, they say.
Right. That's what they say. There's still a fuckload of people left. And like, dude, before our shops used to close at 4 o'clock in my area. Now it's open till 10.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Improved
Even
a
here.
lot. Yeah.
Also, I am Dumber says, guy in blue shirt. Can't see your name. Sorry. Can you show us the toys behind you? I'm not sure why you can't see the name. Maybe you should fix that. But this is a Luffy figurine.
Welcome to Bruce Toy Review.
This was something that I kept in the case for a really, really long time, and these guys told me to put it out. And his head comes off. So the thing is, it's supposed to be like this figurine that can be swapped. That you can swap out the hands, you can swap out the hair, and all that stuff. And I freaking dropped it so many times because it doesn't stand on its own. It's so annoying. It's like one of those. It's like one of those models you have for drawing. It's just so. I don't know.
The amateurs, yes.
Maybe impale it and put it on a stick or some shit.
Yes, impale. How?
Audi Dremel tool.
Oh my god.
Yes. It is possible.
And this is a courier from the game Dota 2, which was bought a very long time ago.
Audi, let's watch this Weeb talk about his toys.
And yes. So if I move my mic down just a bit, there's Boa Hancock over here. Okay, by the way, that's a limited edition one. Apparently, I found out later.
Yes, limited edition.
Because these guys told me because this apparently was something in Oda's room as well, which he kept because it was a limited edition. And I have a Buddha statue over here. Don't know why. This is
his favorite toy,
Ace, and that is Mihawk. Also, this was bought in 2012, I think.
Yes.
A friend of mine got it for me when she went to Japan. And I also, this is fallen. That's the Tasmanian devil over there and the Charmander just sitting right over there.
From my favorite anime, of course.
Yes, of course. Hey,
love the Taz
not
anime.
all of them are from anime necessarily, but all the anime figurines are all One Piece right now.
Yeah, he's a One Piece
He's a One Piece
stand, as you can see.
Minus the Dota stuff in the background.
Hey, I like other anime. I do.
Yes, you do.
Bruce's toy review shall surpass Ryan's toy review and T-Series. You know what? Should. Also, another thing is I will get vaccinated some days later, maybe even a month.
In a month.
I would say get it sooner rather than later. There are a lot of people who really need.
But we don't know the availability in I don't know about Bangladesh's vaccination schemes.
Yeah, but the way he's written, it seems like he will willingly get it later, not now. But yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to get it now, so might as well just walk up to the hospital and just get booked.
No, again, if the situation is bad, like you can't get a vaccine, then it makes sense. But if you can, I would really suggest getting it because India has. I'm not really sure how bad other people can see in other countries because I know there are a lot of people who are against the vaccine in a lot of other countries, but in India, it's like it's very visible the amount of pain this is causing, the whole pandemic is causing, and in similar countries it's just better to get vaccinated and just go back to not go back. I guess there is no going back, but move on to a more normal life.
Get vaccinated and still sit at home.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But move out once in a while.
Yeah, move out once in a while. Yeah, I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, but
masks
the
and
thing
whatnot.
is, like, India just has such a huge population burst that it's just
we have
impossible
so many
unless
people.
everybody is
Yeah.
vaccinated. We are so screwed. So it's just better to get it done. I mean, not that you can't make your own decisions, but I would just suggest that.
I think even the like right now, I think the last lockdown that happened, our whole city was broken up into sectors for this lockdown. Like and every other sector was given like rankings based on like how many infected cases are there.
The blue, green,
The blue,
red, yeah, the
green, like
colors.
1, 2, 3, 4 and shit like that they were doing, and like even after that, it's still not that great. They didn't change much. It did bring the number of cases down quite a bit, and vaccination is now. Vaccines are now more readily available, but then there's just way too many people in the fucking city. For us.
I got my second shot today, and so the hospital I went to they had a rule saying that only when 10 people are there will they start vaccinating people. But then there were only 3 of us, so they were in the end they were just like, okay, fine, screw it, just go get the vaccine. And they had 150 doses ready for this batch for the week. I think that's how they calculated. So there are a lot of vaccines in India now, and I don't think the hospitals are being overwhelmed by the number of people. Actually, that could
Not
be
at all. It was empty when I went like weeks ago. I don't even know how long it's been. For the second one, it was empty.
not sure
there was like
about
one other guy.
I'm not sure about the government hospitals though, because they might be overwhelmed.
No, I went to a government hospital and it was empty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just don't go to Sion Hospital because there you're going to die if you definitely go. Okay, wait, chat is pretty active on YouTube. Okay. I started One Piece. Any advice, and when does it get interesting? Probably
Nice
1 to 300 episodes after Alabasta will start to become your favorite in whatever. I meant 100 episodes into Alabasta. Okay, so Tommy, here's the thing. You don't need to figure out when it gets interesting. If you don't find it interesting, you can leave it whenever you want. So I would say that for me, One Piece was interesting from the start. There was no... I didn't have
even knew about it. He was like, damn, I love this.
Yeah, because it was like, yo, it's a story about a dude who wants to become a pirate. I'm like, and kid me was like, of course I love it. How would I not love a pirate story?
Like,
we like pirates, not in that way, but we like pirate stories.
Yeah.
it was pretty fun in the beginning as well. But then if you want to like see a moment where it does get really, really hype, I'd say the Dawn Creek fight is a good way to call it like
I
that.
like chapter 1 also.
Best hype moment
Yeah,
to start
chapter
off
1
with.
is like so good for me.
Chapter 1 is also good, yeah. But
we like pirate shit.
He started it off and he wants a hype moment later on. So like Dawn Creek is a good point. Because Dawn Creek introduces a lot of characters as well. And one really big character, Mihawk, which you see later on.
Yeah, who is supposed to be the final boss. Also, Tommy, I really don't think you should be watching the anime. If it's possible for you, you should be reading the manga, because the One Piece manga is much, much better than the anime.
Yeah.
There are.
At least the earlier
It's not even
episodes
funny how much better it is.
And I was thinking about it when you said, because like we do love like pirate stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we are big fans of like Black Flag.
Yeah.
It's like an amazing
that,
game.
Also that show, what was it? Oh shit.
Black Sails.
Black Sails.
Black Sails.
Black
That
Sails
show
was
was fun to watch.
Yeah, that show was fun. That was pretty fun.
Dude, the opening with all the 3D still blows my mind.
That
Do you
was,
remember that shit?
I can never get over that shit.
The first
don't
time,
remind me of it.
I think Audie, my brother and I were watching it together. The first time we saw it, we were just playing it again and again. We're like, whoa! Like there's that one part where the man is holding the woman's leg, and it seems to be like in marble with the
It's not a man. It's a skeleton. It's a black skeleton.
No, that was
the
later.
skeleton.
But there was
White
one with
woman.
there was a man who was holding a woman on her thigh, and it actually was
That's an actual statue, by the way. Did you know that? I think Sid knows that. Bro, probably. I don't know.
Hey, I know art, okay?
It's called the rope of Persephone, if you will.
Oh, Persephone, I see.
Yeah, it's really cool. There are some really cool, like works of sculpting. Have you seen the one of like there's this
You forgot everything
remember
about
what
it.
it is.
Yeah.
Train of thought.
No, it's like this. It's like there's this sculpture of like a woman's body, and there's like a thin veil.
Yes,
like,
yes,
sculpted
yes.
on top
Oh, yes,
of her.
the Madonna.
And it's all like it's fucking crazy. The deep. Like, it
It's-
looks like a veil, but it's
It
like
actually,
sculpted. It blows my mind.
Yeah,
It's hard to believe that is actual stone.
I'm Dumber from Reddit says, I'm not into anime myself, but I recognize the no face from Spirited Away behind Sid. I guess that's what it is. Weird, dreamy movie. Yes. So, again, you don't have to be into anime because like right now we're just chilling. So I don't know if I don't think you'll get that bored unless you're like material positive 76 who thinks we're bland. But the thing about anime is a lot of people have a misconception about it, and that is one of the reasons we even decided to start a podcast about this, because we're like, dude, nobody's like, everyone takes anime so
seriously.
No, they
Or
don't
not
take
so
it seriously.
seriously.
They think it's like this degenerate thing that everyone, that, you know, really terrible people do.
Some channels are to blame for that. Yes.
Yes. So we are just trying to discuss it about from a perspective where all of us are in the media field. So Audie is into 3D modeling and all that. Sid is an animator and a designer. I am nothing right now, but I usually write. And
Copywriter. Yeah.
And so we always have this perspective about anime, where we can really compare it to like other great fields that we are interested in, which really makes it more interesting for us. So Ghibli is a very good example of how good animation can get and how you can put out really great stories through movies.
For sure, yeah.
So if you don't need to get into anime, but there are a few that you will actually enjoy, not because they are anime, but because they're just like really good stories at the base. Everything is really well planned out. So we can give you some recommendations if you want to give it a try, but Ghibli is a very good place to go to see something mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And also...
And we have comments.
Yes.
Random Otaku. The drawing of most mangakas is better in my
Then
opinion.
Mona Lisa. He's saying, I don't get why Mona Lisa is so good.
Mona Lisa is just a random woman without a nose.
She does have a nose.
She does
but
have
Mona
a nose,
Lisa
but
is
Does she
actually
not have a nose?
She does. She has
She
a
does.
very
It's very
obvious
faint though.
nose.
Yeah.
The
No,
nose
there's
is
a heavy
faint.
shadow. It's pretty obvious. It's a
Wait.
pretty obvious
I don't
nose.
remember
How
now.
long
Hold
has
on.
it been since you saw Mona Lisa?
Yeah, she has a
long,
proper
but-
nose.
Oh, yeah,
What
she
do
has
you
a
guys-
proper nose.
Yeah.
Okay, I got debated. Never mind.
He's just memeing.
Okay.
No, but
Sid can talk
It's
about
one of the
that.
most
Mona Lisa
famous
is very
paintings of-
unusual. He
Huh?
used this. He used like, I think it's called sfumato. They say it's like a method of very like smooth painting without like lines and stuff. It's like very smooth that makes the painting look almost realistic. That's why most people like say it's creepy, it's staring, like because of the technique. And it's by freaking the boy, you know,
The ultimate
boy-
inventor,
our boy Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Okay, if anyone is watching a YouTube or Twitch stream, Mona Lisa, it's up there because I forgot what she looked like for a second, and I was really confused as to whether she had a freaking nose. My God. Okay. Anyway,
No, it's pretty defined nose. Yeah.
yes. Wasn't it the whole thing about her smile that nobody could figure out whether she was like smiling or not, like
Yes,
what her
whether she's
smile was
smiling.
about?
Yeah. And
Not just
the-
that, but many people thought it was creepy how the eyes followed you.
Yeah, that's because.
But isn't
like,
that like every painting after a
Pretty
certain
much
point,
like
because
any
everyone knew how to
painting-
do it?
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah, it was a technique that became like
Although,
much more
there
developed
was
and
this
stuff.
like when I went to Rajasthan as a kid and I went to one of the forts, there was this king who had a lot of different paintings, and that was the first time I realized that a painting the eyes would be looking at you no matter where you walked. And I spent a good half an hour as a kid just
running around
walking
like on
up
both
and down. And my dad's like, see, it always looks at you. I'm like, shit, that's creepy. How does that painting know where I am?
Oh my God.
I just did not freaking get it as a kid. And then later I'm like, wait a second, every painting's like that. I've not seen a painting
yeah,
that
every
isn't that.
paintings are that.
And they also had the pants of one of the kings, apparently the heaviest king that the state had
I
seen.
have seen the one you're talking
and
about. Yes, I know that
It
one.
is like,
yeah.
you see, my hands don't even fit in the
it's like,
frame. Yeah.
It's like 4
What?
Audis. Yeah, that's a huge.
What do you mean?
It was like
Wait,
this
wait, wait.
really like thick boy. He
Yeah.
was a king, like really fucking thick.
He was supposed to be
and they had his
the
clothes.
most heavy king in the history of Rajasthan, and
Yes.
he was. I mean, his pants were huge.
Yeah, his pants were huge, and like they had his shirt and his like battle armor and everything, bro. If you remember.
Yeah. Oh my God, they had a lot of stuff over there. It was really good. If
Yeah.
you get a Dubai work visa, how quickly will you go there? Maula Jut 27 asks. We would like to get out of India anytime, but I don't think Dubai is the best place.
Dude, he's
either.
going with the meme that Indians go to work and get exploited
But
in Dubai.
there's a
It's
meme that
easy
Indians
get
go
the
to
work
Dubai,
visa.
there's a meme that Indians go to UK, there's a meme that Indians go to
Yes,
Canada.
yes.
So really, we just go everywhere. Because
Everywhere,
India
yeah.
Yeah, we go
sucks.
everywhere
Wherever we kind of like it because
for
More
going into
opportunities
labor
outside.
and getting exploited apparently.
No, the thing is like the thing is India is fine, right? Like a lot of people really like India for the spiritual stuff about it, for the food, for the culture and all that. But when you're in India and you like some other culture, life really starts sucking then. Because you don't our borders
If you
are
want to
open, but
explore
they
other
aren't like
things.
really open.
We're close. see, if you want to explore any other culture or anything that's outside our borders, it's like very difficult.
Yeah, it's actually much easier for you to be outside and come to India because things are usually cheaper here than it is to go out anywhere. And also the stereotypical Indian the stereotypes don't really help because then you looked at weirdly everywhere you go. Also, Tommy says, I saw the painting IRL and the eyes follow you. It was encased in glass. I see.
Yeah, it's actually really small, the Mona Lisa.
Okay,
much
it is pretty good as a drawing,
yeah.
but I like Oda's drawing more. Yeah, okay, I honestly think you guys can't you can't compare it that way because it was like years ago, and Oda is like has
centuries
access
maybe,
to like
and
Oda
it's
has
a
access
totally
to so much
different
more.
like expression method, like paintings.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Oda has access to everything he wants, everything he can get under the sun. Also,
Da Vinci had
also asked, do Bollywood have anime? No. Bollywood, India is a country where most people think you're a kid if you still watch animated stuff of any kind. So anime is not a very good thing here. In fact, I don't even know.
The quality of our kids' animation over here is near
but that's not anime.
Control 9K, no, we do not talk
anime,
about
but
that
like
show.
in a general
We do
sense
not
of
talk
it,
about
like,
that show, Control 9K.
Control 9K, you do not talk about Chota Bheem. No.
It doesn't exist.
no, we don't.
But
Yeah,
and Odi, continue. Yeah, continue your point.
like our scope for animation, at least like children's animation anyways, is very bad over here, and VFX is slowly getting a greater position in movies in Bollywood, but even then it's mostly going to be acting and it's mostly going to be exaggerated VFX, if you will. There's nothing like
there is
Avatar
animation,
or
there is some stuff.
like Infinity War, nothing like that is nothing like
No,
like
not
that is going to come up.
VFX. Hey, dude, all Indians do VFX for those
Yeah,
movies.
Indians do
They just
Indians do
I'm talking
VFX
for like
others, but
Bollywood.
we always shit
Yeah,
all
not
over
movies,
VFX.
not
Yeah.
from Bollywood, yeah.
not from Bollywood. Yeah, but
I've actually been to, I think Sid has as well. We both have been to studios that did VFX for Game of Thrones and something else. I forgot. There were two things.
a lot of studios like Prime Focus, huge in Bandra, they usually do like rotoscopy and VFX work for like all these big action films.
And I actually, there's a guy in my class who was doing Photoshop work for Marvel's localization in India. That is also really cool. Also, Mala Jat 27 asks, what's your opinion on dowry? Is it still common in this day and age? It is definitely common in
Surprisingly common, yeah.
It's not as prevalent in
urban
cities, because the people.
But we had to give a dowry to Audi for him to join the podcast.
Yes.
But no, but our opinion on dowry, I can say with confidence, speaking for the other two, is like it's a terrible system and shouldn't really be there. Yeah, it's insanely
even
sexist in
urban
all
cities.
forms.
It's more like a family problem than it is just an urban problem, like a rural problem. Sorry.
Hey, I wanted to say about the anime film.
Yeah, go on.
You remember this thing, Bal Hanuman, as a kid, the 2D animated Hanuman film?
I do not know that. I only know the Ramayana movie, which was beautiful, but I do not know about
that. That was good. That was actual anime movie for India. If you
but there was like fully 2D animated film called Bal Hanuman that was like really popular when I was a kid, and even I did see it and enjoy it as a kid. I don't remember now, but the teacher, my teacher, like when I went to Silica, if you remember Silica Brew, my teacher at Silica, she was actually one of the animators for Bal Hanuman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that is. I don't know if this is the thing I'm looking at is the thing you watched, but
no, it's not the 3D one. There's a 2D Bal Hanuman.
Oh, okay.
Also, Random says my friend's cousin or someone said anime are cartoons. He said Shiva, random Indian trash cartoon, is an anime. Again, the problem is, like, I was talking about this with Adochi, our friend of the podcast, yesterday.
Yes.
And
friend of the show.
We were just talking about how everyone we know who has taken the the usual trodden path, the one that we didn't want to take, where they became doctors or CAs or engineers,
when
and all
they got
that.
a job and have money.
They have a lot of money right now, and they are living the life basically. They don't like their work, but they are living the life otherwise. And we are here like not having money and not having a life while we went into the media field. So I understand why Indians always talk about how Indian parents want like their kids to become doctors and engineers. And I understand why anime gets a bad rep because of that, because they're like, oh my god, you're wasting times with cartoons when you could be curing cancer or inventing the next iPhone. I'm just giving that as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or telling people to switch off and switch on their PC.
oh my
Yes,
god.
yes.
So India is very averse to change, and that's
and
very
also
hard.
all these people do BMM and all these courses, and then they don't get jobs because it's not like it's a for the the jobs we get, like these courses are shit is what everyone says, right?
That felt like a personal call out. Okay?
Hey,
That felt a
no.
little personal.
Oh my god.
It's true though. That's what's
Terrible.
happening.
Also-
They're doing BMM and then they're like getting like really shitty jobs or no jobs because India doesn't care about that aspect of the industry that much.
So Malajat also asked, do you think the government should make dowry illegal to make it disappear from India? Does India have the most fattening street food, batura, samosas and everything but better? Okay, so for the government part, I really don't think so, because the
What did he
minute-
say for the government?
should they ban dowry? Should they make it illegal?
I think it is very fucking illegal. But
No,
it's
dowry is not
just
illegal according to the law, I think, as far as
There
I
are
know.
lots
Is it
of
not?
things that are illegal but not really illegal in India,
it's like
Yeah.
it's not supposed to happen basically, but then you can't really, like, the government can't exactly
Especially
reach
in,
into
like,
certain
villages.
cultures because they can't take it on a personal note because
No,
they're
so here's the
And
thing.
also, we can't get too political here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
not about political. I'm just going to go back to history for this. Like, sati
Yes.
was banned in
Sati was banned.
in the British India. Without that ban, we wouldn't have gotten to the level we are right now. And for those of you who don't know, sati is basically where there's a couple and the husband dies and the wife has to set herself on fire when they're burning the husband's body so that his soul can go to heaven. It was
It's like the
pretty terrible.
It's like, pretty fucking terrible. It's like how the Egyptians, like if the pharaoh died, the whole family has to be buried,
Yeah.
like that kind of shit, but burning alive.
but much worse. And that
Yeah,
too,
much fucking worse.
it's for the
Yeah.
husband's soul to go to heaven. Nobody cares about the wife's soul, apparently.
Yeah, nobody cares about the wife.
And it's a terrible practice that was banned, but unfortunately it's still practiced to this day. So while banning something or making it illegal might work, or it might work a bit, it won't completely eradicate any problem that is happening, because people are just going to do it illegally anyway. And in certain places in India, you could actually be beat down by a mob just for refusing to participate in something like this. So the culture itself is very toxic in many ways. And
many villages itself
Yeah.
live in their own bubble and they kind of
yeah, definitely.
agree with each other that this is the right way to go about things, and urban intervention isn't exactly the way to go about it because
Yeah.
they just beat the living shit out of them and be like, you know what, no,
We
fuck you.
aren't, you should be asking about details of our country, I guess.
But also,
Like,
We're
we-
pretty outside, yeah. But we still are, I would say, in a way.
yeah, but
like,
and
they're
also
just
yeah, go on, Adi.
sorry. Like, there's just so many people in this country that we could say all you want, like, yeah, it's bad, you shouldn't be doing it, but then how the fuck do you control them? They can also say the same thing, and what the fuck can we do about it? They have like whole villages backing up their own logic. We short of the government having to raise their own hand and be like, yo, you know what, this shit is absolutely bad. There is no way of like directly changing such a system.
Yeah.
It's a very slow and sadly
It is a
painful
pain.
process. Yeah.
And Motaku is saying you're talking to 6 people about Japanese farms. I think that's before. He says, I love samosa and shinghara. Shinghara is basically the Bengali word for samosa. So he likes samosas and samosas.
Nice.
Isn't that this thing? Isn't that something else? Okay, so I'm just going to talk about
What?
something real quick here before we go on. So I'm putting this on the vertical stream in case anyone knows. So this was something I was involved in. My dad was involved in. This is a tiger called Avni. And Avni was this huge thing that happened in India. So basically, to give you some context, firstly, since you asked about dowry, and I'm just trying to explain how even a situation when it relates to an animal, which India really does not care about, it can become such a big pain. So Avni was this tiger that supposedly ate 2 or 3 people or something like that. And what happened was they put out a kill order for Avni very quickly, even though there were no efforts being made to tranquilize her and relocate her to a place where she won't be killing humans. Nobody had any proof that she was the one who killed the humans. And Avni had 2 cubs. And that they wanted to kill the cubs as well. So
Yeah, they
my
did.
dad is into animal activism. He He was doing a lot of stuff. I was helping him out with videos and things like that.
You made me draw something for that, if I remember. Like,
yeah.
Or at least try to.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So there was a lot of unrest with a lot of people. So the villagers were scared because they thought she was killing everybody. The government was very happy to, pander to these villagers specifically because they would get votes for their next election.
Yeah, the votes thing. That's why I wanted to say that for this also, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to get too political. Yeah.
I mean, no, like this is clear, right? This was
this is clear.
This was for votes. Like when it's a tiger, especially a tigress, but tiger in India, that is supposed to be protected by law to the utmost. Like that's the most protected animal in the world.
Yeah, it is. Like places in Madhya Pradesh, freaking you can't even enter there. It's actually, it's crazy.
And again, it's supposed to be the national animal. It's supposed to be this creature that almost went extinct, and India had to make like really, really huge efforts to bring them back. And
1,000-something odd tigers were remaining.
Yeah, and then it's actually the situation started improving. So everyone said was, we don't want the villagers to live in fear. We'll catch the tiger and we'll get her to someplace else where she can live there with her cubs. And the government hired hunters to hunt her down, and they were supposed to use only tranquilizers, but an accident happened, and in the middle of the night when nobody was recording anything and no other activists were allowed in the area, the tigress was shot dead. And so they said they shot her with a tranquilizer, but it seemed like somebody just poked a tranquilizer into her body because she was shot in the chest and the tranquilizer was near her hind legs. So she died. Her cubs were missing. They were looking for the cubs. They were looking for the mate. They wanted to kill every tiger that was in the area, basically. And it was a fucking terrible thing to just look at. It was really embarrassing. I'd never get embarrassed, but it was embarrassing to see this become a worldwide issue, where India, the country that was supposed to be, we had the Save the Tiger campaign and all that shit.
We did, yeah.
And
it was actually
all of it just went down the toilet. It was terrible.
Also, this is like, if do you guys know about Ranthambore Adventure, the book, Deepak Dalal?
I think so.
Deepak Dalal is this like amazing guy. He goes to like national forests and all these, and he writes books about stories related to animals, and all these forests around India. So Ranthambore Adventure was a book I read as a kid, and it is about how our forests, and that it's like a story about like a tiger poacher and this family of tigers. And he was trying to give insight into the situation that goes on there. It's like a kid. And like reading that book, I felt so bad like for the tigers and like the cubs, surviving, because he does describe them as actual characters in the book. And it was one of my favorite books as a kid. I really liked, following the tigers, and like you have stuff like this, which in the end like really inspires the kids and stuff to show the importance of what's happening, and also tells us what's going on. And on the other hand, like it still fucking happens.
So the thing is, these guys who shot Avni Dead were very, very happy about it. Like the least you can do when you're hired by the government to tranquilize an animal is not proudly show off how you killed that animal. Even if you did kill it, like it was a mistake apparently, but even if it was a mistake, you should at least be like, I wasn't supposed to do this, not smile and take photos. The reason I brought up this story was because this is something that should be a no-brainer. Even if the tiger did kill a human being, killing the tiger is a very bad idea because they are an endangered species. So if the world raging at India didn't work for this one tigress, who you could make the argument that animals are not as important as humans and so on. But if that didn't work for one tigress to just be relocated, something like dowry is going to be
freaking like, hey, they killed one of us, make them extinct.
Yeah, basically.
Fight them off the face of this earth.
Basically, it's basic human ignorance at the end of the day. It's like even here, right? In my own society, there are like 4 dogs right below my building. And everyone keeps complaining about the dogs, saying that, the dogs keep running around biting them. But what they don't realize is,
Nothing, I was making a joke. I said, you want to eat them.
Oh, okay. But
because he loves meat, okay?
Sure, why not?
Continue.
Weak, but sure.
It worked, okay? It made me happy,
I guess. But like people know that the dogs are territorial, and they'd still like try not to walk around the dogs. They'd still try to poke and prod the dogs and be like, yo, you need to move away. Like, people would think, it's their area. The dog shouldn't be there. Even though the dogs are just chilling at their own their time and leisure. But they just want to do things because, humans are better than all animals, apparently. There is no coexistence as such. And
in India, we kind of do coexist with dogs all around. Like, have you seen the Pied Piper walking around town? You have to be
really accepting of it. Like, here, anyways, I've not seen I've seen, rare cases of people being accepting of the dogs. And you have to, and it all comes down to education. Like, you basically have to understand how the animal functions and how, how the animal will move around. Like, if you don't understand that, you're going to always be living in fear.
Yeah.
And similarly, even in the Avni case, there was a whole show that was made around that whole case, I think. And the sadder part that I realized was that the people who made the village were the ones encroaching onto the land. It's not like
they were using it as farmland. They weren't innocent in the whole thing at all.
They were using government
protected land forest. They were using government protected forest.
And they thought they were in the right. If you encroach government protected lands where they are saying, there are tigers here, maybe you shouldn't take your cows and farm over there. That's kind of on them. But at the end of the day, it boils down to human arrogance and them thinking it's our fucking land. Fuck that. The tigers are not meant to be here.
Yeah, and the worst thing is okay, when it comes to something like this, it was everyone could just take a side very easily. But when it comes to something like dowry or any sexist practice in India, actually, it's just filled with it. The problem is that men will really, really fight for their right to be sexist, and unfortunately, the women who are around these type of men don't have the freedom or the courage to actually step up and say things in a lot of cases because they actually get abused. And also, the R word is legal in India, which is a terrible thing that happened. They literally made it legal, and that is something. So basically, the logic is if a man and woman are married, why wouldn't they want to have sex? So the man can do whatever he wants to get sex, which is freaking disgusting thing that the court said.
They pray to the Shaktis and the Lakshmis and all these female goddesses, and then they go home and abuse their wives, what the
and the thing is, if you insult these goddesses, even if you're not insulting them, if you say something remotely that can be misunderstood as bad about them, they get all up in arms about it.
Yeah.
And they go home and beat up their wife, or they slap their mom or something, because it's all stuff that happens here. So dowry ban would make things better, but it would take centuries before the practice went off.
It's basically useless to do that. There are lots of things that are illegal here, but since there are so many people, no one can impose them and control them. People still do whatever the fuck they want here.
Even if you have the best level of education and enforcement of such a ban, it'll take a good amount of time before it actually. It'll take generations for it to be slowly wiped out. And even then, there are sympathizers. So
not even that. Even if you get caught, you can pay your way out of anything in India if you have money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Any fucking thing you can pay your way out of.
You could literally kill someone.
It's normal here for people to do that. It's not even something unusual. What?
Salman Khan. Sorry.
Yes, exactly.
Just a little cough over there.
Yeah, just a little cough. Exactly.
Yes.
I'm Dumber says a movie came out recently which had a similar story. In the movie, they killed a tigress for political reasons. They were putting a tranquilizer in her. Sherni was the title of the movie. Sherni is the Hindi word for tigress. Yes. So it might be based on this. I'm not sure if it was. I will check it out.
We have a random otaku said some stuff. No, shingara is with potatoes, samosa is with chicken. And in India, most street stalls, samosa is also with potatoes. That's all the samosas
and also, even
and
Punjabi samosas are made with potato as far as I know.
Yeah, Punjabi,
supposed to be the OG
and he
in
says, did you guys ever go to Sundarbans? No, we haven't gone there.
Not really, no. I have gone to the Jim Corbett National Park, and I have seen a live.
Only the back of your house is basically. Yeah.
You live in a national park.
I do live in a national park, but I don't have tigers over there.
You have
I have panthers.
Leopards. Yes. Oh, panthers. Yeah. Sorry.
Same
Wrong
thing.
Animal.
There's just a black one.
He said, "What's the point of killing tigers when only tigers ate one human? It's not like the tiger will become vegan. Why try to kill those animals?"
That's the thing, right? You could preach that all you want, but they are not going to understand that. They are not going to. They can't tell the difference. All they see is that one of their people died to a tiger, and the tiger is the problem. They are not going to educate themselves behind it. They are not going to be like.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe we should back up. Maybe we should not farm in government protected land because we are encroaching on them. No, that's not going to happen. short of, again, education is the basis of it, and many people don't want to get educated. Many people want fucking solutions. They just want to see the thing go away one way or the other. They don't want to learn about it. That's the hard way. No one's going to do that shit.
See,
and also the thing is,
also
like, if there is one more thing. Sorry, Sid, there is one more thing, which is that they wanted to raze down the forest and build a factory over there. So the tigress being there was a problem for them because they can't legally, actually kill a tiger just to raze down the forest. Let put aside the other animals, just the tigress. So that was also one motivator for.
Of course. And see, of course, the a death in the family by a tiger, like it's emotional and whatnot. Like, of course, if it happens to one of us also, it'll be devastating.
Of course.
Like, if someone we know personally. But still, wiping out the population is not how you react to something like
exactly.
that.
The thing is,
genocide is not the way.
The thing is, like, if it's an endangered animal, it sucks, but you can't do that. You can't literally let freaking tigers, like a huge part of the food chain, just disappear from the ecosystem. It's just idiotic.
Like, I'm actually glad there are proper national parks around the country, because they're kind of like their own country for animals, if you will, and people can't just go there and do their own shit, like even people who have power, like politicians, they can't just walk into national parks and be like, we will exact our power here and we will bring our people and pull that fucking leopard out, because we have leopard attacks happen here all the time. But no matter how much of an outrage you want to throw about it, you can't do jack shit because it's a fucking national park.
Yeah, you're living in a national park. Of course, that's going to fucking happen.
That's what makes this even sadder, because this is like some gray area where the tiger was supposed to be, and it was her unfortunate luck that her and her cubs were just there at the wrong time at the wrong place, and she had to survive.
Yeah, also like if your cubs are being threatened as a mother animal, she is going to fight you off, basically. Also, okay.
Just got a. But yeah, anyways, nothing. Okay,
now that we covered that topic and possibly send government agents behind us.
It's brew for whoever is.
Yes. I dare you. What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
I will. Yes, probably. Bro, look at the window. Do you see someone out
No,
there?
my curtain's drawn. Anyway, let's talk about the other thing that Maula Jat 27 asked, which is, does India have the most fattening street food, bhatura, samosas, and everything but better? I put up a picture of Indian cheap Chinese, which is what everyone calls it.
Indo-Chinese, yes.
It's Indo-Chinese, not actual Chinese food, but
it's basically before just to talk about the food. So the Hakka people from China, they're basically like the nomads of China. They like keep moving around. You see them in like Singapore and all these places, and they're the ones who came here. And most of our food is a combination of like Hakka food with Indian flavors.
Yeah. And
continue.
So basically, wait one sec. Tommy123 says, thank you, Brew, for educating us. I'm not sure if that's sarcastic, but if it's not, you're welcome.
He said in Hyderabad we call it fast food. Oh, you're from Hyderabad. What's up?
Nice.
My friend.
You have really good biryani, huh?
Yes, I really like the biryani there.
Yes.
Yeah, I had biryani in Hyderabad and everyone told me it was pulao. So, but yeah.
You had pulao in Hyderabad. Oh, okay, I see the joke. Yeah.
So basically, India has this system where anybody and their mothers randomly open up cheap Chinese stalls, and somehow it's always good. I've never gone to a place.
It's always amazing.
So it's really cheap. Like it's like $60 per plate, and that's like for anyone who's out of the country. If you're listening, that's like $1. Yeah, you get an entire meal for $1.
Pretty much.
And like
we have sustained ourselves for like 2-3
people can eat it from that one plate. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it's insanely cheap, it's insanely tasty, but it's insanely fattening. Okay, it's actually insanely fattening. The amount of oil they put in there. Oof.
There is an exception. What is it? The Chinese bale that we had, wasn't that like 70% vegetables?
Chinese bale is not healthy.
Chinese bale is literally fried dough.
Yeah, have you seen that sauce? Bro, there's nothing good in that sauce.
Also, the only vegetable is cabbage and spring onions.
I see.
That sauce is like
they just mix like a ton of vegetables more than they put the fried noodles in there.
I do agree with Sid that sauce is basically chemicals. I'm pretty sure it's like completely synthetic or something.
Yeah.
Liquid MSG.
Yeah, it's what comes out of factory. They're like, that tastes good.
Random Ataku asks, do you mean 16 rupees? No, it's
60.
not that cheap. It's like around $60. There's
But
one
most
place
food
near
is good.
there's one place near Audi's
Yeah.
house which actually sold it for $120, 120 rupees. So that's like less than $2, and
Yeah.
we would like 4 people would eat out of that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the Shazam race. Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
insane. And this is like one example. You have Chinese beer, as Audi said. You have vada paos. You have samosas. You have anything your brain can think of.
Fuck ton.
Honestly,
We had dosas and stuff also.
there was like at least once every week you'd see someone reinventing like or inventing new dishes as like street snacks.
Yeah.
And you would have, and even then, like here in my area, anyways, we had like trucks coming in, like the food stalls,
you
like
have-
the
you would
mobile
have
food
food
stalls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That is
and
common.
they were also bringing their own versions of chat. They were like adding things like they were adding cheese, they were adding meats, they were adding tons of different sauces, like all sorts of stuff. So there was a lot of shit going on here before COVID, but I don't know about now.
Yeah.
Random
No.
says dumplings / momos are some of my favorite foods.
My boy, I love that shit. That's what I had for dinner yesterday.
my
by
God.
the way, I
how
had
many?
12 momos.
Even when it comes to momos, you have like chicken momos, you have like fried momos, you have like
Thousands
vegetable
of
momos, you have
flavors.
cheese
Yeah.
momos, you have, and as
Dude,
we
and
just
it's
make
much better in the
combinations.
north.
Yeah,
it's
of
much
course.
better in the north because
It's
of the
originated
Tibetan
over there,
influence.
so yeah.
it's freaking crazy over there.
1, 2, 3. Tommy 1, 2, 3 says, how much does a biryani cost over there? Yeah, it's probably a lot more
It's
expensive than
expensive.
Hyderabad. That I can tell you.
It's
that
very
much.
dependent,
it's not-
actually. It's very
depends on the
dependent.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten
If you
biryani for
are-
like $200 a plate also.
If you are buying it from a restaurant, it does get a bit pricey, where it because it's like they're making it according to portions. So they want to serve 3 people in one portion. But then if you buy it from a masjid, they sell
Yeah.
that shit in bulk, and they sell it for a relatively cheaper price.
It's very
So,
cheap, yes.
If you there's like a mosque like a few kilometers away from where I live. Anytime there's like a big occasion, we order our biryani from there, and we order it in like 1 or 2 kg at the very least. And that
Audi alone,
turns out
guys,
to be
just
cheese.
for Audi
Yes, for
alone,
me alone.
Yeah. No, biryani is like
Yeah.
in my house they use like we mostly make biryani, like my dad makes biryani because he has like this family recipe passed on like from my grandmother and whatnot, which is like freaking crazy. So whenever we make biryani, we use that.
I make
And it's
biryani.
like the best.
I never got around to making biryani. I always thought that was a very complex process.
It
Like,
is
it
It
very
is very
complex.
complex.
It is
Yeah.
very
He takes all,
complex.
he wakes up in the morning and like starts
they-
flipping and
they-
we can have it by
Even,
during
like the lady
lunchtime. Yeah.
in the dargah where we order from, she wakes up at like 5 o'clock, prepares fucking rice for like 2 hours straight apparently, and then she starts making all the sauces and everything else.
Listen,
because she
Gordon
has like
Ramsay,
20
who
orders
made
from
beef
before.
Wellington, which is considered a very, very difficult thing to make, came to India and was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing with this
Yeah,
biryani?"
pretty
Try
much.
making
You'd be
biryani.
surprised.
Yeah.
Like there was an old man who's been making it all his life, who was like schooling Gordon Ramsay, like,
Yeah, pretty
do
much.
this shit like this.
Even he was surprised at how like most biryanis are served, where the whole animal itself was served in the biryani itself because it sort
Yeah.
of served the whole occasion.
Random
yeah.
Otaku says my fupa makes crazy good biryani. I think that's father I'm not sure.
I think.
And he's saying, and my fupamma makes crazy good pulao and chicken korma. Damn.
Well, I don't eat meat, so I can't really comment on that. But that's good.
Chicken
Glad
korma is
you-
really good. Yeah. Damn.
Uncle, I think that's what he means.
Oh, not father. Okay. Sorry. I have no clue. I thought
Hey,
fupa
you're
means like
Bengali.
belly.
You should know.
It's not, we don't call uncles. The Bangladeshi Bengali is different from Bengali in India. It's
Yeah,
a little
uncle. I was
different.
right.
Yeah.
Tommy 123 says mostly people marinate the meat for biryani one day before in Hyderabad. Yeah, I actually saw
Yeah.
that when I went there, because they're like marinating it and keeping it over there. I was like, holy shit, that's a long
Yeah,
time
it's
to
a
spend.
fucking factory
do a lot
production
of
over
work.
there.
It's like
Yeah,
ramen
yeah.
in Japan, like they make the broth a day ahead and they actually have to keep the flavor going. It's like insane.
And the thing is, they like I forgot the Sikh. What is it called? Langar. Like Langar, they have
yeah.
to sort of feed a lot of people as well. So they keep note of that shit.
It's so weird how we have a sense of community and we don't have a sense of community at the same time. Like if you
Yeah, dude,
if you go
that
to
shit is
any
crazy, yeah.
gurudwara, they're just like, dude, come in, eat whatever you want, and then you go and you get a vada pav. You're like, I'm 1 rupee short. They're like, fuck you, give me that shit back right now.
Hey, no, many times
Actually,
they give
yeah,
it to
vada
me.
pav guys
Yeah,
are
so
very-
that's because
Like
everywhere
money.
we go to eat, we go there a million times, so they know us. Like,
That is true.
Yeah,
That
so
is
they
true.
know us, yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their own spots,
Yeah.
what they like. Even we have our own like.
I think
Addas.
even they are kind of relating to us. Like, yeah, you know what? It's fine. The 1
Yeah.
rupee is cool.
And see, even about like speaking about the broth that Bro was saying, I remembered. So like misal pav, right? Really crazy, really good. Yeah. So misal pav started in Pune.
That is cholesterol
Right.
in a plate,
Yeah,
bro.
That is cholesterol, yeah. So misal
I
pav
would-
comes from Pune, right? And
yeah.
it apparently came from this place called Bedekar where it started, like
I
really old
remember that.
restaurant, one of the first places. And I actually have been to Bedekar to
Yes,
eat
yes.
it. Okay. It's like in this really far off place in Pune in the middle of this like village, like really like, just like in a really thin alley, like this random like stall.
Like
And
hole in the
you go
wall sort
in
of
there,
restaurant.
yeah. And like there's this broth there of the misal pav broth that has been like bubbling for like years, like
I
ramen. You can see it
see.
like developing flavor.
Nice,
Oh, nice.
And you pay, they give you like the bread and like a bowl, and you go to the broth guy and he just pours broth from
my
like the
God.
cauldron into
There
it's
was a
fucking
similar
bomb.
thing here
Yeah.
in Thane itself, by around our station, train station.
Yeah.
Buddy, maybe
Just
don't reveal
outside
where
of
you
it.
live.
Well,
He
I didn't
lives in
say
a
that.
national park, okay?
Yeah, I live in a national
And he
park.
said
Even
Thane,
if
so
I do
people-
say that, they good luck finding me in there.
Hey, National Park Thane, people know exactly where
Yeah,
you
they know
live.
exactly where
It's
you
a
are.
very small
Not
area,
really,
you know?
not really. It's a very large area.
If
Just you wait.
make
Forrest
a-
Gunn's going to jump up behind you and hit you with a machete or something tomorrow.
Probably. But right outside our station, there's a place called Mamledar, and it's supposed to be very famous for their misal pav. And they have a similar sort of station where it's like a pot full of misal just continuously boiling, and all you have to do is order a plate. You give a coupon. They just throw like 4 paws on the plate and like udhar se le lo, and you just walk up there and they just like it's like prison meals, you know. But it's just pick
My
it up and
God.
you're like, oh, okay.
Okay,
But
but
actually
to be
it tastes
honest, the
pretty
pav
good.
bhaji plates and the misal pav plates are like prison plates. Although, what is
Yeah,
it called? Misal has that oil base. What is that called? I don't remember what the name is.
It's called misal. Misal is more the chuda they put
Yeah,
on
but
it,
I'm
like
saying that there's like a
this
broth
thing.
and then there is a oil base, right, which adds the spice.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
That's the chili oil, right? That they add on top.
Yeah, it's
Their own,
basically a chili oil.
They add like mustard, dried chili, like bay leaves, and they mash up spices and then make a proper
Yeah,
oil out
yeah.
of it, and then pour that shit on top.
Yeah, so
That's
that
the
is
Control
spice
9
oil,
says,
basically.
Audi, open the door, let him in. Control 9 case outside. But yeah, misal pav.
rasa.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
don't know.
rasa.
Oh, rasa.
rasa.
Oh, rasa. Oh, but yeah,
Yeah.
Or like rasam.
But
No, it's not
but
rasam,
rasa is
it's
any
rasa.
like. I think that's a general term. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
I
don't
it's
know
think,
about
specific to
that, but for
misal
those
pav.
who
Yeah.
don't know, that is basically just oil with a few things added to it and a lot of spices. And that's what adds the flavor, most of the flavor to the misal pav. So every time you eat it, there is a thick layer of oil on top of it, which you just have to eat. It's delicious. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
It is
Don't get me wrong.
fucking
I'm going to die
amazing.
of cholesterol very quickly, but
Yeah,
that is
all
just
his major
there.
arteries are gone.
Yeah.
Summers are mostly lined with misal pav and some good
Dude, we all
samosas,
have
if
our
you will.
favorite. Random
Yeah.
Otaku says, thanks for making me hungry at 12:08
No problem.
a.m.
And,
Tommy123 is saying, like tadka.
It's like tadka, but it's like a
It's
lot
like
more
tadka.
oil and a lot more
yeah,
spices.
it's a lot oilier. Yeah.
Tadka
Rasa is very common.
Tadka still
like,
allows you to fry it and sort of
think-
gain a bit more smokiness in the food, if you will. But then this is like straight up pour oil in your fucking bowl, that sort
hey,
of thing.
we have like Tamra Rasa, Pandra Rasa, you know that, right, Audi? Like that shit is
think
very
I
popular.
remember, yeah.
It's like the meat Rasas. They're very popular in Kolhapur. People love them over there. Yeah.
Yes, I too know. Yes, of course. Also, I am Damas says I too used to live there in Thane. I guess I have a good idea what you're talking about. Cool. Yes. It's a very. I too have been to Thane to eat the misal pav. I went
Yes,
there for my
yes.
passport. I think that time we had gone to a place and eaten misal pav. That was beautiful. The spice, oof, amazing. How do I differentiate between dal, curry, rasa, and gravy? What translate to stock, broth, etc.? Okay, so the problem is in English doesn't really have a great way to translate these Indian
Yeah.
terms, basically.
Curry, so dal is like a lentils preparation.
Yeah,
so
lentil
anything
soup.
made with
Lentil
lentils.
soup, yeah.
Curry is like the generic term the British made to describe Indian dishes because we
Yes.
had too many names. But actual curry, like the curry, is like the one with like with dal they make like small cutlets and put
Yeah.
in like a yellow broth. The curry, like so if you can say that as curry, we call that curry sometimes.
No, but I think what people mean when they say curry is basically a gravy. That is what curry
like basically
actually
gravy,
means.
like
yeah.
potato or some chicken or something in
So,
gravy.
Yeah.
Random
But
Otaku
it's a
says dal
very
is with lentil
generic.
and curry is thinner version of gravy. See, yeah, dal and gravy sort of are curry are sort of the same thing, except it's an ingredient. But then curry could literally mean anything depending on where you are.
It can be. It's not something we don't usually say curry when we order in restaurants. We say the specific name of the dish.
Yeah,
They
also
have
like in
names for
North
the
India,
dishes.
you have like these really thick gravies, but in South India, you
Yeah.
actually have dry curries, which are vegetables with certain things added on to them. So it's not
Also
necessarily
like
all the time.
coconut broths with curries. Yeah.
On the
And,
coastal regions, they roast seafood and add that into their curry. They have dry and wet versions of
Yeah.
it as well. So
And,
depending on where you are, you have to sort of ask and have a basic knowledge of the food.
basic
And
knowledge.
the
yeah.
rasa is basically like a oil mixture. That's what it
It's
usually
an oily
is.
soup,
Yeah.
I would say. It's most people also have it as a soup, right?
Yeah,
like
but
so, it's an oily.
It's
soup.
more of a
yeah.
flavoring agent as far as I've seen it
Yeah.
being used, at least. So it's not the rasa and gravy are not the same. Rasa is it's a medium to transfer spice, while gravy is something that holds the spice along with some
rasas
other
are
main
also
thing.
used as proper dishes, bro. Like people
okay.
also have them
I
in
haven't-
thalis.
I
They
haven't seen
usually
that,
mix
so
it
I'm
with their rice and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think even in like in Kerala we have sadhya, right? So this thing in sadhya itself, you can have the choice of adding. In our sadhya, in one plate alone, you have the choice of 20 different gravies in like a proper sadhya. So
You mean thali, right? It's called sadhya.
it's like a thali. It's like a thali,
yeah?
but on a coconut leaf, and you have
Yes.
like home
Oh
prep
yeah,
dishes.
okay.
if
I've
you-
eaten
mean a
those.
banana
Yeah,
leaf?
yeah. A banana leaf.
banana
yeah,
leaf, sorry, I don't know why I said coconut leaf. It's just-
Like, what the fuck?
It
Okay.
won't hold shit, dude.
Banana
Like
leaf,
you put it
sorry,
on each leaf.
Oh yeah, so I'm a really picky eater, right? You guys know that.
Dude, by the way,
And, yeah?
before you, you can, or even Bengalis eaten banana leaves traditionally.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
damn.
continue.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Looks like you bongs are alike to us after all. Anyway,
Hey, I am South Indian, a percentage, if you know.
A percentage like this.
Yes.
yeah. So I'm very picky with my food, right? So when you go to a South Indian wedding, this happens in every South Indian wedding and every North Indian wedding, I'm assuming. But what happens in Tamil weddings basically is that you're sitting on with the banana leaf, and people come with like giant buckets of food, and they still put a little bit and go.
Bengali weddings too. Same
So-
thing. Yeah.
So everyone would be eating like 100 different things, okay? And when every time someone walks by, I look at what they're putting in the next thing. I'm just like,
Yeah, I do the same thing most of the time.
I basically have rice. I have the sambar, which is another lentil soup, and then I have some potato dish which I like, and I have the aplam. What is the
The
papad.
rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all. And everyone else is eating like a million different things. They have something sweet. They have dessert. They have like halwa and stuff. They have like five different versions of curries. One with coconut shavings. One with potatoes. One with onions. And I don't know. And I'm just like, I don't like all this shit. Give me my simple basic shit and I'm done.
My simple.
No, so,
yeah, exactly.
like in my case, like I stopped because it's a constant factory. It's like it's an active kitchen. It just keeps running. You have to keep up with it. It's not like they'll cater to you.
Yeah.
They'll just keep walking around going, food here, food. They'll mindlessly be putting food on plates. And if you have to be like, nahi, chahiye, because they, after a point, if you're like, oh, my plate is empty. 5 minutes later, your plate is full again because 5 guys walked by with their buckets of food and just dropped that shit onto your plate again.
I'm not even
So you
sure
have to
if it's
actually
like 5
stop it
minutes
because
later.
the quality
It's probably
becomes
a
too
lot
and
much.
the
of time
refills
later.
are fast.
Yeah, they're insanely fast.
You
But,
guys know that you guys know the Japanese noodle challenge where they keep putting in the noodles before you can close it, and they force you to keep eating. Yeah, the soba challenge.
Yes, yes.
It's kind of like that.
Banko soba.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. You sit with something going low. One guy calls out 20 other people. They just come and fill everything up instantly.
Pretty much.
Instantly, yeah.
So Rana Matako says when will the stream end? I actually have no idea. Probably sometime soon.
Before that, he said, I want to eat dumplings, biryani, parota, and chicken curry.
Oh, yes.
Well,
And
yeah.
Tommy Mantutu says in Hyderabad we
Yes,
used
in
to have the
Hyderabad.
same culture, but I think now in cities they have the I mean everyone's gone to a buffet. And
Eating
eating
a
on
banana leaf
Buffet
is
system is
different. It does.
mostly in marriage, yeah. But if you're picky about it, you can get the right caterers for the select sort of preparation, if you will, for food. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean now everyone does have although see here's this opinion
You still
that-
have restaurants where the fancy thing is to eat on banana leaves in
Yeah.
like
Yes,
Mumbai,
yes.
if you go. Yeah.
But here's my problem with modern wedding trends, you could call it. a lot of people are going to a very, very Indian providers for food. What is it called? Caterers for food.
Caterers,
And
yes.
they try to make like different foods from around the world. And the biggest one I can't stand is pasta. I've seen
Yes, I do.
multiple
Indian pasta
I've
is
seen
fucking
multiple
disgusting.
people have pasta as an option in their weddings, and I cannot stand that
Indian
shit.
pasta shouldn't exist. It's fucking
Yeah, it
disgusting.
shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
It really
For
shouldn't.
those who
We don't know
know
how to do. Indians cannot do pasta.
Indians
properly.
cannot do
Indian
pasta
pasta
at all.
is
Never have
pasta,
Indian pasta.
olive oil, salt,
There is no olive oil.
tomatoes,
Hello,
and
excuse me.
There is no
capsicum.
olive
No,
oil.
sorry, not olive oil, not olive oil. Vegetable oil. Yeah, sorry, I thought
And
about
dude,
vegetable
they put
oil,
fucking-
salt,
it's
capsicum, and tomato, and that's it. And onion, maybe, just maybe an
And
onion.
sauce.
And
And
sauce.
sauce.
Ton of
Yes.
Industrial
ketchup.
run out.
Ton of ketchup,
Yes.
not sauce, ketchup.
It's fucking disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, Indian pasta is like ugh. In fact,
Yeah.
some company had put out a ready-made pasta option. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to try
The
this, and
worst
it was the worst
shit.
fucking thing I've ever
It's
done
the
in my
worst
life.
shit ever. The fucking Sunfeast shit. Yeah.
No,
I hate
not the
that shit.
Sunfeast one. The Sunfeast
another-
one is at least like somewhat edible. There was another one. I think
No,
Smith
it's
and
not.
Jones.
It's not
It is not.
fucking
Smith
edible.
and Jones. Have you tasted that?
No,
Oh my
I haven't.
god, that was disgusting. I just
Yeah.
can't.
Do not buy pasta in India.
Yeah.
There's
If you
definitely
are
Maggi
buying
masala in
pasta.
pasta. Yes, there is.
There probably is.
Nanomotaku wants to sleep. He's asking when the stream will end. I don't know. Let's see.
Another short while because it's pretty late. But yeah, God.
But,
we just went on like this full talk about
Yeah, we've
food
done.
and we didn't mention
And we
pav
also
bhaji.
want to
Yeah,
get
pav
around to
bhaji
playing
is the
games.
shit, dude. Dude, in front of Bruce, this thing I used to have, like, we used to go have masala pav, remember, in front of your old place.
I
remember
have some
that.
bad
Yeah, I
news for
remember
you,
that.
by the
Go on.
way.
What?
That store closed.
the fuck?
They couldn't-
Dude,
they
wasn't
couldn't
it like
handle
the...
Whoa, hold on.
There's been a pandemic.
It was the lifeline of the area, dude.
No, okay,
Everyone
it
used to
wasn't that
come
bad.
there.
You used to eat A1 samosa from the store nearby. You used to love
Yeah,
that
but
as
then
well.
we used to go have masala pav there.
Yeah. Also, Audi, it closed during the pandemic. Nobody had an idea until Gaurav
shit.
went there.
The masala
and saw
pav
it.
guy?
Yeah.
The restaurant.
In where it used to be, not the new place, where it used to be next to
You're
your
talking
house.
about some random other store. I'm talking
Yeah, I
about
don't
the
know what you're
restaurant we
talking
used to,
about.
Shiv Sagar.
Next to the tapri.
Oh,
Okay.
that shit. Okay,
Audio is
oh,
just like
that.
freaking-
Right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
These
that
terrible,
closed during the
location.
pandemic. We used to go there and eat all the time. Yeah, that was-
Oh, yeah, that did close down, yeah.
But
And you guys came up there, right? But yeah, Neelkant, I think.
No, it's called Shiv Sagar.
Oh,
Neelkant is
yeah.
the store near my house now.
that's now, yeah.
Okay, random other saying, okay, please stop talking about food. Yes, we will stop talking about because we're talking even I'm getting hungry now.
But
Yes.
after this, before we end, Audi, we tried the technical stress test of Age of Empires 4 today, didn't we?
Yes.
Finally, we were
It's-
waiting for Age of Empires 4.
Should we say how badly we got destroyed by the AI?
We didn't fucking... Dude, bro, we played against the intermediate AI, okay? We're like, we are veterans, we played Age of Empires
Yes,
a lot, we'll
veterans,
be
yes.
fine. We got fucking destroyed. Like, dude, I was still like making villagers and I hadn't even put up my first military barracks. And they had fucking ships attacking my fucking people.
Ships?
Already. Yeah.
So we got the island map, if you will, the archipelago, and we were supposed, our main objective was to build ships and sort of take units and capture wonders. And we couldn't do that because, the enemy, which both of them were British somehow, in a
both
funny
are.
twist of fate.
And I was playing the Chinese Empire and you were?
I was playing the Holy Roman Empire, the
yeah,
Byzantine.
the Romans, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we were supposed to build ships, but the problem was the enemy was always one level ahead of us, one step
One
ahead
age,
of us,
yeah.
one age ahead of us. They had the
I
resources.
think
they had
one
everything.
age is more than one step ahead of you.
Yes.
But at one
They
point, they were two
destroyed
ages
us,
ahead of
dude.
us, and they had very highly upgraded ships. So when we got our highly upgraded ships, they had one ahead of us already, and they
Yeah.
just destroyed our ships. And they're like, you know what? No.
They destroyed us. And like, I built a huge army, okay? But the
Uh-huh.
thing is, they sent a ship, like a siege ship that can like from water they can fire on land. And for some reason by default my main town center was on the coast, so they just from the fucking they destroyed my town center. And I couldn't do shit because I only had like melee
What
melee
were
army
you-
just waiting there.
His town center was being destroyed, and his only hope was to bring all the villages back and repair them while it was
Yeah,
being destroyed.
like 30 villagers were repairing it
My
while they
God.
were destroyed.
Those
So
guys
every
were
time it
working
just took
overtime
damage, it
for
just healed
sure.
it back up. Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, I sent like 3 archers and like one ship just fucking threw one cannon and
Everyone
Oh my
got cleared
God.
out.
But yeah, it's fun for those
It
who
is
want to
real
check
fun.
it
It is
out.
actually
I
surprisingly
have put up
well
a
done.
photo here. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it is.
improved
It
a
is
lot.
well made. No, so the image that you put up, I think, is like an image from the trailer. But if you see the technical stress test right now, it's actually still very well made. The assets
Is
are
it
very.
anything close to the trailer, or is it just a fake promise in the
No,
trailer?
so right now what they're doing is I think they kept the graphics to low for everyone. I think
Yeah.
for me anyways it's low. So I don't know about you because you have higher specs and anything, but it's low for everyone and they're kind of keeping it at a very
No, my
low.
specs
This
are
thing.
actually low power.
Why does it look like Clash of Clans and King of Clans? Well, it is the OG Clash of Clans,
It is
but
the
like
OG
with
Clash of
battle.
Clans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the OG.
Yeah, I
old
remember,
school.
I
Except
remember when
Clash of
Sid
Clans-
and Bob played Age of Empires against me.
Yes.
And they just did not let me take my time at all. Like I was I was like building everything, you know, I was upgrading everything. And these fuckers come with like giant armies, and both of them come to take me out first. They're like, let's take out this
easy
useless
target,
shit, you know,
yes.
who can't do anything, and then we will fight amongst ourselves. So I just ended up spectating the game. I was like, yes, they are attacking each other. I am useless. Yes.
Hey, Fez used to destroy me
Don't
also. What I
say
used to
the
do is
name.
Bob used to destroy me also.
Yeah,
And what I
see,
used to it's okay, fuck it. He doesn't care. He will never
No one's
care.
going to find out.
But
If
he used to
we can't find him, so they can't find him.
But he used to, I used to just send villagers to the corners of the map and make them build town centers over there. And for 1 hour, Bob used to be going around searching for my town centers to finish me, but he never could. I remember once he destroyed everything and I had a monastery like on top of like a cliff, like in the corner of the map. And he spent like 2 hours searching for it and I was just fucking laughing.
My God. So what, you can't
my
win, but
tactic.
you just make sure he can't win as well?
Yes, I just make
Sid
sure he
is a
can't
very
win.
petty player. He'll just find the cheapest way to get a victory out of you.
That is true. That is very true.
No, if you want to win, I'll make you spend 5 hours trying to win,
yes.
but I won't lose.
Exactly.
Mental damage is there. It's bound to happen.
You were so
definitely.
annoyed. But yeah, anyways.
I can understand
But-
why he was annoyed. I can understand. But yeah,
But,
okay. We can wind
For
down.
anyone watching AOA technical stress test, it's free right now. We didn't purchase it, and I think it's
free,
out
yeah.
there for a month. So try it yourselves. It's actually
month?
pretty
I
fun.
thought it said a
2
week or
days.
something.
Yeah,
No,
then
so
just
our moderator said that the game is coming out in a month or so. So I'm assuming the stress test is going to go on for that long. It's kind of like a beta, and they'll keep releasing updates and storefront updates over the course of this month. So I'm assuming it's a month. I don't know how long it'll be.
I read it was for like a few days.
Oh,
Yeah,
was-
so I
shit.
don't know.
Damn it.
Audi is sad. Audi is very sad that
I
he
am
can't
very
play
sad.
media games. Yeah.
The one few video games.
Random. The test is open through September 20th at 10 a.m. PT.
September 20th is tomorrow.
Yeah, so 2 days, just for the weekend. But Random Otaku is saying, I like this type of streams more than the streams where you talk about animes I've never
My
heard of.
God. Okay, so you know what? We're going to do one thing. We're just going to put out the name of the anime we're watching or the manga we're reading, as we said before.
On the Discord,
We're going to put it
yeah.
up on the Discord. So if anyone wants to, I don't know who's watching on Instagram because nobody's kept an eye on that chat, or if anyone's using, if anyone's watching on Reddit. But if you guys
No one's
want to
watching.
join us for talking anime in the next couple of days, you can just come over to our Discord and we will be putting it out there so that everyone can just have at least catch up on it or at least read up about it so that you
Read
get
a
more
little, yeah.
understanding of it so that it's more interactive that way, so to speak.
But we'll be doing these on weekends.
Yeah.
I think it went pretty well. See,
Yes.
I told you we'd have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, okay, I was just saying
Eventually.
that you will have to
Candy.
lead the conversation
Oh,
because Audi and I
candy.
aren't good at that. That's all I was saying.
Hey, you went on a whole monologue about Avni. Avni? I forgot the
Yeah,
name.
but
Yes.
then it sparked from a conversation that one of our commenters.
Yes, by the way,
Started.
Reddit, thank you for coming. Actually, for the first
Thank
time
you
in
for
a long
being
time.
Yeah. Where Reddit was a very.
moderately racist. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but for the first time in a long time, we're actually in positive upwards and we're not at a 0 or a
5
minus.
upwards, yes.
Yes. So
See,
thank you,
everyone hates
Reddit,
weebs.
for jumping into the chat. We hope you will jump in next time as well. And of course, thank you to our YouTubers YouTube viewers who always sit and talk to us. So the Random
Thank you
Otaku,
guys. Yeah, appreciate you.
Yes.
Random Otaku, Tommy, Control 9K. Yeah, all you
Forrest
guys.
Dan is no longer top fan. He doesn't watch this. So Random
Yes.
Otaku is now top fan.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, just this thing where we
Also, Varun was also here.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for a while.
Varun just comes up and slinks into the background slowly. Also, if
He just has us there.
anyone wants to see it, we have anime analysis videos being put up on our YouTube and also the podcast highlights put up on our YouTube, so you guys can check
Yes.
that out. And you can join our Discord. It's all there on the YouTube page, so you can just search Weeb101 podcast on YouTube and you're pretty much there. So thank you for joining, and we shall be logging
Thank you,
off now.
guys.
And we shall see you soon in a couple of days. I remember to put the bye screen this time.